Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked I'll be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh tall boys.
High school, champions.
Yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening to everyone, and welcome to Belleville and Althoff High School, where your Collinsville K-Hawks are getting ready to tangle with the Althoff Crusaders. Week number 6 of the high school football season is here, and settle in. We'll bring all the action to you tonight on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Once again, a very good evening, everyone. My name is Todd Duke. Chris Keller will be along here in just a moment as we welcome you in to the pregame show, brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Well, the K-Hawks come into this contest with a record of 3-2 underneath their fourth-year head coach Colton Rhodes, who has a record now of 26-11. Althoff comes in perfect so far in the year. They are 5-0. Austin Frazier is their head coach. He is into his 5th year and brings with him a record of 25-19. K-Hawks are coming off of their most well-rounded game of the year with last week's 41-0 win at Granite City with almost equal amounts of yards in the run game and the passing game. Collinsville took the opening kickoff and drove 80 yards while chewing up 6 minutes and 50 seconds of game time and scored on a 2-yard run from Rome Richardson for the first score of the game for that 7-0 Kahok lead. Collinsville would score 4 more times in the first half and went into the halftime break up 34-0. Granite City received the third quarter kickoff and were stopped by the Kahawks defense. The offense picked up where they left off with another nice drive that ended with a 9-yard touchdown run by Richardson, and that score triggered the running clock mercy rule with a 41-0 lead, and the defense held the Warriors off the board for the remainder of the game to secure that final 41-0 win. Richardson picked up 26 yards on 9 carries and those 2 touchdowns, while Chase Reynolds ran 8 times for 85 yards. Reynolds went 14 of 18 in the passing department for 173 yards and a couple of touchdowns, one to Matt Reynolds and one to Zach Priest. The Crusaders, well, they're humming right along in the 2024 campaign. 5 games and an undefeated record, 2 wins via the shutout, and Althoff is outscoring their opponents 253-87. The Crusaders have scored 40 points or more in all of their games. The closest that Althoff came to a loss was their Week 4 game at Tolono Unity High School, which is just south of Champaign. Althoff squeaked out a 53-52 win in that game. The Crusaders had a 35-14 advantage over the Rockets at halftime. Tolono scored 14 points in the third and 14 unanswered points in the third. The Rockets were down 35-28 heading into the fourth, and Althoff was outscored in the final quarter 24-18, but the Crusaders eked out that 1-point win. Althoff followed that game up with a 49-0 win against Alton Marquette last Thursday in a game that was moved to avoid the remnants of Hurricane Helene. And the other shutout, a week number 2, 61-0 win at Decatur St. Teresa. So both of these teams are coming into tonight's contest after a shutout. And we'll see what everybody wants to do here tonight as the referee's out doing the coin toss. It looks like Althoff won it and have decided to defer, so it looks like Collinsville is going to get the ball first, but we'll iron all that out here in just a minute. A little while ago, I had a chance to catch up with Collinsville head coach Colton Rhodes. We'll pass that conversation on to you next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisa-Red lipo laser machine. The Invisa-Red machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisa-Red technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we'd be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisa-Red offers.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisa-Red lipolaser machine. The Invisa-Red machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisa-Red technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisa-Red offers.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're in the town of Belleville tonight. Althoff Catholic High School is where we are as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the Crusaders of Althoff High School in week number 6. Joining us now, Colton Rhodes, fourth-year head football coach at Collinsville. Let's go back a week and talk about that 41-0 win at Granite City. Well-rounded game by you guys. Drove 80 yards, shoot up almost 7 minutes a clock to open the game, and you had almost an even amount of rushing yards and passing yards.
Yeah, it was really nice to be able to execute kind of on both fronts there on offense. So it was good to see. It was nice to get some confidence in the passing game. I know we haven't passed it a whole lot this season, and we probably, that's not going to fix all of our troubles there in the passing department right now. But it was good to see that when we wanted to do it, we could do it, even if the ball was a little wet last Friday. So definitely happy to see our offense get on the right track.
Now, this time last week when I was doing the pregame show with you, you said it was going to be like 80% run, 20% pass, but it ended up being a little 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, the rain kind of stopped there right about 6:55, right before game time, so that was nice to see. And we were able to pass it a little bit, and most of our passes were a little bit short, and we were able to get a lot of yards after the catch, but we had a couple deep ones in there, too, that helped us out. So it was good to see, and a really good confidence builder for Chase, I think.
And speaking of the passing game, which, we're going to stick to here for a minute, senior Zach Priest nets his first touchdown catch of the year. And it was a beauty, man. I know it was only a 19-yard catch. It wasn't like it was 85 yards or anything. But the way he laid out into the end zone to catch that ball for a touchdown was just pretty awesome.
Yeah, Zach did a great job on that play. He was trying to get to the middle of the field, and then Chase ended up scrambling there to the left. So Zach just kept his route going to the left there, and Chase was able to find him and make a tough throw, and Zach laid out and made a great catch. So it was good to see both those guys connect there.
One of 2 diving catches, if memory serves me correct me, in that game.
You're probably right. I can't remember. I remember jumping one-handed catch by Matt Reynolds there early on in the first quarter on a 4th down play. But Matt did a great job in that game too, just like Zach did.
All right, senior Michael Tongay, right before the end of the first half, jumped a route, snagged an interception, and brought it back for a 56-yard pick six. Those are always beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it was great to see our linebackers. We've been working on that a lot, is getting their pass drops on point in our zones and replacing guys that are blitzing. And finally, Michael Tongay did it exactly how we teach him and how to read that hook curl hitch drop, and he got right underneath it and just ran right up the sideline. So that was great to see a lot of hard work and practice kind of come to fruition last Friday on that game.
Especially kind of cool when he's running up the sideline that you guys are standing on, isn't it?
Yes, it is, absolutely.
All right, and I know that we've had a couple of opportunities to do that this year as well. There's been a bunch of guys that have jumped routes and almost had interceptions, but they just couldn't quite hold on to the ball. So that was nice to see.
Yeah, it's about time we're going to start getting some breaks going our way, hopefully. But no, as long as we're in the right position, we're going to be happy with it. Obviously, you're not going to make every play, but being in the right position is what we're looking for. So hopefully we can start making those plays and making them count for us.
And that was a fairly clean game, too, man. Not a lot of penalties that for either team, so to speak. But really, especially on you guys, kind of the boneheaded penalties just didn't happen in that game.
Yeah, well, you did a great job executing, and I told the kids I was proud of them. And turn the leaf, turn the chapter, whatever you want to say. Make this who you guys are from here on out. So hopefully we can continue that trend tonight.
All right, coming into Althoff tonight, tell me the game plan to stop number 10, man. Hill's just running all over the place on everybody.
Yeah, I mean, he's a special kid. He can make a lot of things happen. So we're just going to really have to pursue to the football. And when that first guy gets there, if you're not bringing him down, you better hold on to him and run your feet. Just at least slow him down till the rest of the gang can get there. But we talked a lot this week about pursuing to the football, getting all 11 hats to it when they hand it off. And even if you're the backside corner and the run's going to the left, you better be working your way over there just in case you can help out and make a play. So it's going to take a lot of effort and energy tonight to stop a kid that's as skilled as he is. But we've got a team that can fight together and do some things like that. So it's going to be a fun competition tonight.
Yeah, and Althoff's got some players on their team, man. You pay too much attention to Hill, and their quarterback, Jaden Ellington, can hurt you.
Yeah, and he's a little bit shifty too. He's a bit younger, a bit smaller than Dier, but he can still make you hurt if you forget completely about him. Obviously, we're going to try and stop number 10 first and foremost. And if number 6 is going to be the guy that is going to run all over us tonight, I think we'd probably be okay with trying to stop him more than number 10. But at the same time, like, you can't just sleep on their other guys. Number 1's a pretty good receiver too, so like they've got some guys on their team.
All right, so we talked about the defense and how you're going to stop these guys. What about the offense, man? What's the game plan? How are you going to score some points against this Althoff Crusader defense?
Yeah, we've got some plays installed for this week that we haven't run yet, and we've been working on them all season. So hopefully, if we do need them, we'll pull them out the drawer tonight and see if they work. But kind of offensively, kind of our goal today is kind of we're going to try and control the clock and do some of those 7-8 minute drives that we talked about before, and try and get them a little bit frustrated that we're holding the ball for so long, tire their defense out, and keep number 10 on the sidelines as much as we can. I don't know if we're built to score 40 points every week like we did last week, but if we can score 28 and keep them under 30, obviously that we have a really, really good chance of winning this game. So that's kind of our thought process going in this week, is spread the ball around, take our time, and make sure we're running the right plays and executing exactly like we need to.
All right, we touched on the Althoff offense and what it's going to take to stop them, and you guys have watched the film. So tell me what worries you the most about Althoff's defense.
They are big and aggressive. So they come flying downhill to stop the run. They're a little bit more vulnerable in their pass coverage. But obviously we're a stronger running team than we are a passing team. So we're going to have to pick and choose our shots there and try and see if we can tire them out and keep our run game going. And, they've got a big number 0 on the defensive line. He's a big kid. I think he's a heavyweight state champion wrestler. He's going to Mizzou next year to play football. Like he's a solid football player too. So we're just going to try and minimize their guys while maximizing our guys as best we can.
All right, so we're into week number 6. I know you were missing a couple of guys last week due to injuries. Give us the update on the injury front.
Yeah, Mari Rogers-Parrott's going to be back this week, which is huge for us. He's one of our top receivers. Just a great kid, great overall leader, too. So having him back this week will be nice. Talon Neighbors, unfortunately, went out last week, so he's going to miss this week and possibly the rest of the season. We don't know the severity of his injury yet, so hopefully we get that soon, but it didn't look good for him, so I'm wishing him all the best.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.
Colton Rhodes, your Collinsville Kahok football head coach. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw starters at you and some stats, all that and more coming up. Week number 6 on the Kahok Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisa-Red lipolaser machine. The Invisa-Red machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisa-Red technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisa-Red offers.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Once again, we welcome you back here to Althoff High School. Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you. We are mere minutes away from the opening kickoff in this one, and it appears I was wrong on the coin flip. I think that Collinsville won. They deferred, and Althoff is going to get the ball first. So when they do, you will see these starters on offense. Right tackle is Patton Lieb. He is a senior. Your right guard, Jordan Wright, a sophomore. The center is Cam Golden, a senior. Left guard is Brock Rogers, another senior. This is a very senior-ridden lineup here. Logan Davis is the left tackle, also a senior. Your tight end, Aaron Powell. Wide receiver, Kylan Jordan. Wide receiver number 2 is Charleston Colden. All three of those aforementioned guys are seniors. Stephen Brown happens to be my mom's husband's name. Wide receiver number 3, he is a sophomore. Dier Hill Jr., the running back is a senior, and their quarterback is a sophomore, and that is Jaden Ellington. They will be facing this defense for Collinsville here tonight. On the line, you have Montre Kroom, the 5'9", 200-pound senior. Adam Frazier, the 6', 205-pound junior. And Aiden Jordan, the 6'4", 190-pound senior. Your linebacker core, 5 of them. John Thomas, the 5'9", 170-pound junior. Devin Habermill, the 6'2", 235-pound senior. Michael Tange, 5'11", 165-pound senior. Rome Richardson, the 6'2", 160-pound senior. And Kane Wyan, the 6'1", 170-pound sophomore. And your 3 defensive backs, Zach Priest, the 5'10", 150-pound senior. Romel Bollinger, the 5'10", 160-pound senior. And another senior, that would be Chase Reynolds, 5'11", and 180 pounds. Chris Keller's on the other microphone. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Great to be here. Beautiful night. And, yeah, we know what we're going up against here tonight with Althoff. They got basically the best player in the St. Louis area.
Yes, they do.
Air Hill's the ones everybody's been talking about. See if the Chaos can't find a way to stop him or at least minimize him and maybe score enough points here to stay with Althoff, because we know that they can put up some points.
And you did listen in to the coach's interview, so your thoughts?
Yeah, just he was happy that I think some things went right last week. They were able to adjust a little bit on the fly when they were able to knew that they could pass it a little more when the rain went away. So all in all, it was a very positive game against Granite City. Just that was one of them games where you just want to take care of business and get out without too many injuries. Unfortunately, Neighbors did go down early in that game, so just be the next man up as far as the running back core goes without him.
Yeah, and that will be, for the most part, Mr. Rome Richardson. I'm sure that you will get a couple of other guys that'll come in there as well, so it all remains to be seen as to who will be doing what, but we are almost ready to go here. A couple more minutes anyway, and I, for one, was a little bit surprised when they got the cheerleaders out there with the fight song and there's no band.
Yeah, I don't know if what kind of band they have or don't have here at Althoff.
Yeah, neither do I. So that would be like, this is going to be our, if they don't have one, this is going to be our like 3rd week in a row that we have no halftime band entertainment, because the weather wiped out the one in Carbondale. They didn't have one last week in Granite City. If they don't have one here tonight, then there's no band.
Well, we'll see who comes out here at halftime. They did just play the anthem over the loudspeaker, unlike at Collinsville where just the band plays it.
Yeah.
So we're just a few minutes here away from the kickoff.
All right, so that means Althoff's going to get the ball first, and when they do, Jaden Ellington, the sophomore quarterback, will come out. He is 42 of 67 on the year for 655 yards, 11 touchdowns to go along with 1 interception and a whopping quarterback rating of 146.3. How about that? That's a pretty good rating.
It's not too far from perfect, ain't it? Like 158.
Yeah.
0.8 or something is the best possible.
Yep, and of course we all know about the running back, De'Air Hill Jr. 51 carries on the year, 966 yards, 16 touchdowns already this season, and he's averaging 18.9 yards per carry.
That's insane. That's like putting a video game on easy mode.
Yeah.
Getting your guy out there, and looks like they're going to line him up here for the kickoff. Canucks would probably be silly to send the ball over his way. They'll probably kick this to just about anybody else.
Yeah, well, he's going to be over there on the far side, and Stephen Brown is over here on this side, and you have a couple of guys that are up front as well, just in case they were thinking about kicking it to them. That is Killen Jordan. I thought it was going to be Kylan, but the PA announcer said Killen, so I'll go with that too. And he's kind of in the middle there, and another guy over here on this near side sideline is Jamaris Sadler. So we'll see how Collinsville wants to play this, as Matt Reynolds is due to kick things off here in just a moment. Collinsville, one of the rare times this year where they have not received the opening kickoff, so they'll get the ball first when the second half begins. And here is Matt Reynolds. Reynolds on kickoffs this year, 24 of them, 996 yards. He's averaging 41.5 yards on his kickoff, so he's not doing too bad of a job this year. But I'm thinking this time you don't want to kick it too long. Either that or you want to kick it over here to this near side and see what Stephen Brown can bring.
Well, hopefully you can just boot it into the end zone here.
Yeah, that'd be nice too.
Take the touchback and start from the 20.
Yeah, not much of a wind at all. The American flag lies limp all the way out to our left. And a little pooch kick that's going to go at the 35-yard line, and immediately hit is the guy who caught the ball, and he didn't really go anywhere.
He didn't send it anywhere near Hill at all.
No.
Will Swip gets in there with for the tackle, bringing down number 9, Baron Vaughn.
All right, we will see our first look at Althoff's potent offense here. And on the defensive side for Collinsville, Devin Habermill leads the team in total tackles with tackles with 17. He has 2 sacks this year and an interception. Of course, Michael Tange up there in total tackles with 53. He's got 14 tackles and 39 assists, a couple of sacks, a fumble recovery, and that interception pick 6 last week. So these Collinsville Kahawks and their defensive core, they're going to be busy tonight.
Their offensive line looks pretty good size here.
They'll
do to try to create some space for Hill to run up the middle, and looks like they're lining him up as a receiver.
Yeah, they are. Empty backfield right now. Jaden Ellington's back there by himself in shotgun. 2 wide receivers on either side. They'll throw wide right away, and they'll do so over on the far side to Hill, and Hill looks like he got about 9, maybe a little bit shorter than that. I think the chain gang kind of moved because the play was heading right for him. So a pickup of 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 2 for Althoff.
Kahawks minimized that. 2 guys were there. Hill only got about 2 or 3 yards after the catch, and Chase Reynolds and Rome Richardson made sure he got out of bounds.
So 2nd down and 2 here for Althoff. And now it's going to go into motion. It's going to be a fake handoff, and Ellington doesn't go very far. Collinsville didn't bite on the fake handoff, and they got back to the line of scrimmage on forward progress, but nothing more.
I think he ran into the back of Logan Davis, did Ellington, his own man, and then had nowhere to go, and the Kahawks cleaned it up after that.
Well, about a loss of a yard on the play, so they'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 situation here for Althoff. So let's see if Collinsville can dial it up here one more time on defense and prevent these Althoff Crusaders from moving the chains. Not saying they won't go for it on 4th down, but let's give it a try. Ellington has Hill now over his right shoulder, so no empty backfield this time, and Ellington with the hard count trying to draw Collinsville offside, but that didn't work. Play clock is down to 4 seconds, so they're going to have to hurry it up. Now Hill moves over to the left side. They get the snap off just as the clock hits 0, and Hill is not going to get the 1st down. He's going to be about a yard short, so we'll get an early indication here as to what Althoff wants to do on 4th and short.
A chance to probably just go for it here.
I would think so. With Hill as your running back, why wouldn't you?
Just plow forward with him.
They're going to go for a hurry-up offense, and there's the snap. Handoff goes to Hill. He jots out to his right-hand side, trying to find some room to move, and he looks like he got just enough for the 1st down.
Kahawks did a good job of blocking there, but Hill stayed alive, kicked it to the outside. It was a little one-on-one with one Kahawk, and juked him out, and very close.
Yeah, they didn't set the ball out where I thought they were going to, so are they going to measure, or are they not?
No, 1st down.
Okay, is it? They haven't moved the chains yet. Okay, what's going on here? What is going on? It is 1st down, but they never moved the chains.
I thought the white hat did signal 1st down. Chains haven't moved.
I don't know, man. Where that ball's sitting right now, it looks like they still need about a half a yard. Man. All right, that was a fun little thing. Not really. 1st down and 10 for Althoff, still in their territory at their own 47-yard line. Handoff goes to Hill. He tries the left side. He's got some room up the sideline, and he runs right into Zach Priest. And then, well, he talks a little smack as Priest hit the ground too, but
no surprise there. Blocked there by Aaron Powell, tight end. Kept that alive there for Althoff.
Gain of about 8 on the play, so a 2nd down and 2 coming up once again here for Althoff. Hill stands a little offset over the left-hand shoulder now of Jaden Ellington. 2 wide receivers on the far, 1 on the near. Back to pass is the sophomore quarterback for Althoff. Now he steps up, he throws, and he throws it a little bit too far in front of the intended receiver, Jordan. So 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Crusaders.
One time they didn't look for Hill there. He was a couple yards up the field. He could have made something happen.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, you can't give him the ball and throw the ball to him every single time, can you?
Yeah, you can sure as heck try when you have a special player like that.
That's true. This time Hill is over the other shoulder, and he gets the handoff. He goes up the middle, and he is met with a little resistance, but he ends up getting a 1st down out of that, and then somehow or another got pushed all the way over to his right before the tackle was finally complete, but that is going to be enough for a 1st down, barely, but it is going to move the chains.
Just keeps chugging along, doesn't want to give up, and got pushed over to his right, and then Tonge wrapped him up and pushed Hill down. It is a first down, just barely. Althoff's able to do enough to just keep this drive going.
Into Collinsville territory at the Kahok 42-yard line. Fresh set of downs here for Althoff as we have 9 minutes left to play here in this opening quarter. The scoreboard here is well off to our left. I can barely see it out of my window. I'll do my best to keep you up to date on what time is left. In shotgun by himself is Ellington. He will step back. He throws down the middle. He's got a receiver wide open, and that receiver is on the run, and he is going to go in for a touchdown. And that was Aaron Powell, the 6'3", 220-pound tight end, who scores the first points of this game.
They flanked Hill off to the left, stayed back behind the line of scrimmage, and just sent everybody else up the field. That left Powell wide open. Goes on basically untouched to the end zone. Late flag comes in after the touchdown. We'll sort that out. Seems like Powell maybe just kind of gestured towards his student body over there. But it is going to go against Althoff.
All right. Guess they'll tack that on the kickoff.
Tack that on the kickoff here, and the kicker here will just
here
make this
is
regular.
Austin Wilkinson, a 5'11 freshman, who is going to try the extra point here for Althoff. And now Coach Rhodes wants some kind of an explanation from the head referee here.
Just maybe on what the foul was about.
Yeah, could be. So now we're ready to go. The holder is Jamaris Sadler. And the extra point try by Wilkinson. There's the snap and the hold down, and the kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So Althoff out to a 7-0 lead. Collinsville will get the ball for the first time here tonight, and we'll tell you all about that first possession when we come back from commercial break here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Another flag.
Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Welcome back here to Althoff High School. Todd Duke, Chris Keller with you. Apparently Collinsville committed a penalty during the extra point try, so that erases the penalty against Althoff before the extra point try. So Collinsville is not going to get any kind of advantage here on this kickoff, as Austin Wilkinson is ready to kick the ball deep, and back deep for Collinsville is Matt Reynolds and Loyal Patterson. Not sure what the call was on that extra point, though. Althoff out there in their navy blue tops, white bottoms, gold helmets. And the kickoff is not going to go very deep. It's going to head to Tongay at the 30-yard line. Tongay gets met at the 35-yard line, and he'll get pushed out of bounds. And Collinsville will begin from their own 35-yard line, just like Althoff did on their first possession.
Well, you're going to have to answer.
Yeah.
Althoff nearly lost a couple weeks ago with that 53-52 game. The team was able to keep coming back on them. We're just going to have to answer them score for score here and maybe hope for a few stops, but Kahok's we're going to really get this offense going. Wouldn't hurt to just take some time off the clock, but still got to get that score.
Yeah. Chase Reynolds is in at quarterback. And for Chase, 49 of 94 on the year, 417 yards, 3 touchdowns, couple of interceptions. And that one hit Matt Reynolds as he was in motion. And thankfully, Rome Richardson jumped on top of it, because that was close to being a turnover. That's going to be a loss of 5 yards on the play. That hit Matt Reynolds as he was coming in motion from the far side to the near side.
Bad timing there. Center needs to know when the man in motion is passed by. Luckily, the Kahawks were able to fall on the ball and not give Althoff great field position.
Rome Richardson on the year, 36 carries, 173 yards, 6 touchdowns. He stays in at running back over the left shoulder of Reynolds. 2 wide receivers over here on the near. This time, Loyal Patterson's going to go in motion, but he's going to come behind the quarterback, and Chase Reynolds is going to keep it, and he's going to try that left side. He'll get a little bit of that back, but not a lot, maybe 2 yards if he's lucky.
Althoff didn't bite on that. Loyal coming over here to the near side, overloading it with the receivers here on this side, and the Kahawks run it to the left.
A gain of about 2 yards on the play, maybe 3. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 12 coming up for Collinsville. They need to get the ball up to their own 44-yard line. So we'll see if they have dialed up here as we approach 7.5 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Althoff already up by a score of 7-0. Reynolds is in shotgun. Richardson's over his right shoulder. 2 wide receivers on this side of the field, and back to pass is Reynolds. Now he's being pressured. He's going to have to throw the ball down the field. He finally does, and he throws it away, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
No one near that one. Running for his life there. Trying everything he can to keep it going. 4th and long now for the Cavs. Going to be forced to punt.
Yeah. Stops the clock with 7:15 left to go after the incomplete pass out of bounds, and Matt Reynolds is in to punt. They got 2 players back to collect this punt. One of those, of course, is De'Air Hill, and the other one is Charleston Colden. Colden's on the far side of the field. De'Air Hill closest to the camera here. Here's the snap. Reynolds punts, and he's got a little wobbler that's going to take a bounce at midfield, and it's going to roll. And Hill's going to pick it up anyway, and a shoestring tackle made there by Collinsville. And Romel Ballinger might have saved a bunch of extra yards there with that reach-out tackle.
No way Hill wasn't going to take the opportunity, even though the ball's bouncing. He's going to scoop it up and try to make something happen. Good thing Kahawks didn't give up on the play.
Well, unfortunately, it just kept on bouncing right to him. It didn't go left or right, which is, footballs do that sometimes. But this particular time, it just kept on rolling right towards Hill.
Sometimes you just got to know what position to be in and scoop that one up.
So 1st down and 10 for Althoff from their own 40-yard line. They need to get the ball right to the 50 for a 1st down. 3 wide receivers over on the far side, and then Hill will join them. Ellington will throw it behind the line of scrimmage to Hill, and Hill is on the run, and he is not going to be caught. That's going to go down as a 60-yard touchdown pass, and Althoff is off to the races.
That's just a lead athlete making a play, turning the corner, getting upfield, and beating everybody up the field. And the Kahawks are in trouble now. It's Althoff already up 2 scores.
Yeah, and that puts Hill over 1,000 yards on the year. They call that is that a run play or a pass play?
Yeah, the ref signaled behind the line, so that'll go down as a run for him because it's a lateral.
Yep. So he had 966 coming in, and that definitely puts him over 1,000. Here is Wilkinson trying the extra point once again. And the kick is on the way, a low-line drive kick, but it is good. And just like that, Althoff is up by a score of 14-0. Collinsville's got to have another chance here to get back into this thing when they get the ball back after we return from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
It's probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream home, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahok Sports Network and Kahok Athletics. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you from Althoff High School. Glad that you are with us, and not good news right off the bat for Collinsville. 2 offensive possessions by Althoff and 2 touchdowns. The last one, a 60-yard run by De'Air Hill. And the kickoff is going to go all the way back to the 4-yard line, taken by Matt Reynolds. Reynolds comes across the 20-yard line, got a little bit of resistance, and then runs right into the arms of the initial tackler, and he is going to be down just inside the 25-yard line. And that tackle made there by Dale Parker, a 6-foot senior for Althoff. So a little bit worse starting field position here for Collinsville than their last go-around up at the 27-yard line is where they'll put it down. 6:47 left to play here in this opening quarter. 14-0 in favor of Althoff.
So we can get a good positive first play here, and not like the botch play to started the last possession.
Yeah, that's a very auspicious start. One wide receiver on either side of this formation. Rome Richardson remains the lone running back. He gets the handoff, and he darts right up the middle, puts on a spin move, has positive yardage. We'll get it up to about the 31-yard line, so a gain of 3 on the play will bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Good moves. Was initially cutting to the left. He cut back up the middle. Small gain, but much better than the last possession.
I'll take 2nd down and 7 as opposed to 2nd down and 15 any day. Mario Rogers Parrott back in there as the wide receiver, and he has caught 17 passes this year for 124 yards. He lines up over on the far side. Here's the snap, and the throw will go out to Matt Reynolds, in the slot, and he goes forward. Looks like they're going to be real close to a 1st down, but if they were to measure this, they'd probably be a little short, but I don't even know if they're going to. Might go ahead and give it to him.
Xavier Chapman chased him down from behind. Seemed like he was going to have a lot more running room than that, and then once again, we still don't know if they calling this a 1st down or not.
Yeah, I mean, the chain gang's not moving. The guy holding the down marker has it at 1st down, but the chain gang didn't move, and now the referee, for the 2nd time here in the 1st quarter, has to blow his whistle and stop the clock so the chain gang can move.
Well, they need to wait for the signal from the officials.
Yeah, I know.
To move it, so the officials don't signal. You need to keep standing there, and they're not sure what the miscommunication is.
Oh, me either. All right, well, Collinsville gets their first down, yeah. Chase Reynolds back in shotgun. This time Richardson is over his left shoulder. They haven't started the play clock yet either. Now I think everybody's set.
Telling Caden Hurd in the center something. Now we're ready.
Okay, there we go. There's the windup. And a fresh set of downs, and it's going to be a keeper by Chase Reynolds, and Reynolds will go up and be close to another 1st down. He'll pick up about 9 on that carry, so a nice run there by the Collinsville quarterback. Can't believe I just said Matt Clark.
Matt Clark, okay, yeah.
Sure.
He's probably doing a game somewhere here on
I'm
Friday
sure
night.
he is, middle of Missouri somewhere.
But good run there by Chase Reynolds. He's among the St. Louis area leaders in rushing yards also, I noticed.
I did not know that. I wasn't looking at that. 2nd down and 1 here for Collinsville. 2 wide receivers near, 1 far. Here's the snap. Handoff will go. Chase Reynolds is going to keep it, and he turns the corner, and he'll pick up another 1st down.
Flag gets thrown in the middle of all that. Maybe Kahawks are holding.
And that's exactly what it's called.
That's what allows Chase to turn the corner there.
Looked like there was a little bit of confusion between him and Richardson. Looked like they kind of bumped into each other on that fake handoff.
Maybe that's just Chase's call there if he wants to snag that one back and keep for himself, or Rome's going to get it. Maybe Rome thought he was going to get it and didn't clear out of the way quick enough.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for Collinsville. Actually, they'll call it 2nd down and 11. As Reynolds looks over and gets the hand signals from Coach Rhodes. He's ready to go. Play clock says 15 seconds left. And the game clock says 4:40 and counting. Mario Rogers Parrott lined up as a wide receiver over here on the near side. Handoff is going to go up the middle to Richardson, and he is going to get nowhere. Matter of fact, he's going to lose some yards, so now the ball will be back at the 35-yard line. So after the 1st down, what we thought was the next 1st down, Collinsville's gone backwards.
Absolutely nowhere to run there. Drake Mosley, linebacker, busting in there. Extra guy sniffed that one out and didn't allow Rome to go anywhere.
De'Ara Hill is not listed as a defensive starter, but he's out there now.
Been out there from time to time. They bring him out like in these 3rd and long type situations as a DB.
Yeah, now Reynolds in trouble again. Rolls out to his right, looking, and he finally throws the ball into the ground out of bounds. And
might be real close when I got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's the flag. Yep, intentional grounding. I kind of figured that was going to come.
You got to get it up past the line of scrimmage. He did just throw it down on the ground.
Sure did. So Collinsville was already going to punt anyway, but now it's going to be a much deeper punt for Matt Reynolds.
You can see the official here standing at the 33. He's marked where it landed, and it needed to get to the 36.
Yeah.
5 yards.
Yeah, he should have just hauled it. I mean, he could have, thrown that ball 40 yards down the field out of bounds, and it wouldn't have been intentional grounding.
5 yards and loss of down from the spot.
Well, it was going to be 4th down anyway. You can't have 5th down, not unless you're Missouri. Here's the kick. Oh, boy, that's a wobbly heading to the sideline kick, and that one's going to go out of bounds in Collinsville territory at the Kahok 46-yard line. So a shank punt there by Matt Reynolds. The first one was a lot better, but not usually Matt Reynolds type, because Reynolds in the punting department this year is 13 for 440 yards. He was averaging 34 yards a punt, but that average is going to go down after that one.
Well, that kept the ball out of Hill's hands.
Sure did.
Or prevented him from any kind of run back, but be good field position for Althoff. And
Althoff looking for their 3rd touchdown on their 3rd possession. Ellington and Hill in the backfield. 2 wide receivers tucked in tight over here on the near side. 2 more, a little bit more spread out on the far side. Ellington is back to pass. He's going to throw the ball deep. He's got a man open, and it's caught on a nice catch there by Kylan Jordan. And it's going to be 1st down and 10 on the 11-yard line here for Althoff, but we do have a flag on the play in the backfield, so this one might be coming back.
Yep, looks like he's signaled holding, so forget that. Althoff takes the shot down the field. Kylan Jordan did a good job of jumping up for that one and hauling it in, but it doesn't count. Althoff doesn't help themselves out with the penalty.
Well, that's the first penalty of the night against Althoff, and if you're a Collinsville fan, it couldn't come at a more opportune time there, especially when they were looking at being inside the red zone. 3:25 left to play here in this opening quarter. So far, all Althoff. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. 42-yard touchdown pass to start things off, and then a 60-yard touchdown run by De'Air Hill. He is on his way to be an Oregon Duck next year. Here is Ellington back to pass again. He gets pressured. The throw is into the flat area to Hill. Hill gets around one tackler, and then catching up from behind is Rome Richardson. And I tell you what, if Richardson wouldn't have done that, that would have might have been a long way to run there for Hill. Still didn't get enough for the 1st down. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 4 to go for the 1st. Here's the snap. Wasting no time. Hill catches the ball behind the line of scrimmage once again and heads to the right side, and he is going to have enough for a 1st down this time.
Althoff working fast there. Play before was the screen to Hill. Getting some running room. Rome had to chase him down from behind to keep it moving there. Took up to 6 Kahok to get his hands on him before they brought down Hill, and it's a 1st down for Althoff.
So Althoff once again moving the ball despite the penalty that set him back a little bit. They didn't let that bother them. Fresh set of downs here for the Crusaders. 1st and 10 from Collinsville's 34-yard line. 2:20 and counting here in this opening quarter. Hill stands over to the right of Ellington. 3 wide receivers on the far side. One now comes into motion, and Ellington back to pass once again. The sophomore lets it go, and he finds an open receiver, and that's Charleston Colden. And Colden will pick up another 1st down, and the chains continue to move here for the Crusaders.
Colden, a wide receiver, getting his first reception of the game. I believe he's heading to Boston College. And Althoff in business here at the 20 now.
Yeah, he was their leading receiver coming into this game. 10 catches for 194 yards and 5 touchdowns. Averages almost 20 yards per catch. Here is Ellington back to pass again. He'll throw the ball out, and that one's going to be incomplete. And Zach Priest was all over that play, intended for Kylan Jordan. And that is going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Good job by Zach Priest. Stay with that one. Just knock the ball away. A little one-on-one matchup. Looking for Jordan.
So 2nd down and 10 coming up here for Althoff. Clock stops after the incomplete pass at 2 minutes. Here's a snap. Handoff is going to go to Hill, and Hill is going to get wrapped up immediately. The first one in there for Collinsville was Montre Kroom. Then he had some help from his buddies, and Hill didn't go anywhere on that carry.
Jump by Kroom. He had another guy out.
Oh, there's a late flag coming in.
And they're pointing to the Kahawks.
Yeah. Probably saying something you shouldn't have said. That would be my guess. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Collinsville.
They don't need any help moving the ball.
Nope, they do not. Oh, so unsportsmanlike conduct against Althoff too, so offsetting penalty, so I guess
good chance it was somebody retaliating.
Yeah.
Who knows what kind of chatter's going on down there every single play.
Hill actually lost a yard on that play, so it'll be 3rd down and 11 with 1:43 left to play here in this opening quarter.
Oh, we held them to a negative play.
Yeah. Ellington is in shotgun. Hill was still getting play relayed to him from the coaching staff, and now Hill is going to talk things over with Ellington. They haven't started the play clock yet, so they've got plenty of times to discuss it. 2 wide receivers spread out over here near. Now the empty side over on the far side is in motion is Colden, and back to pass is Ellington, and he overthrows and almost intercepted by Chase Reynolds. It went right in between his hands and then right in between his legs.
You see it just a little too late. It's in there covering one guy, and I think he realized where it was going to go just a little too late. Maybe another second or two earlier, he would have been able to get in a better position there for the interception.
Yeah, Ellington only has 1 interception thrown this year, so
this will be a field goal.
Been very good in that department, and we are going to try a field goal here. Wilkinson is going to try this 33-yard field goal try here by Wilkinson.
It's like 38.
38, excuse me. There's the snap. Hold is down. Kick is on the way. It's a bit wobbly, and it's no good. So Collinsville dodges a bullet there. Althoff can't score on their 3rd possession. Collinsville is going to get the ball back for the 3rd time, and we'll tell you all about it when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
Oh, here we go. A throw to Amari Rogers after a little dump-off pass from behind the line of scrimmage by Zach Priest, and he found Amari Rogers' parent wide open for a 79-yard touchdown, and that is how Collinsville gets on the board.
We've seen that play before. We saw it at Maine West. Chase was the one who threw the touchdown pass last year at Maine West, just a lateral from the quarterback. This time it was back to Priest, and Amari Rogers' parent had no one behind him. Kahawks get that touchdown. I've been wondering where that play has been. We hadn't seen it since Maine West. Oh, snap high.
Oh, that was the snap, man. It was high, but
it good.
Nice job by Chase Reynolds to haul that one down, and Matt Reynolds sends it through the uprights, and Collinsville is on the board 14-7. How about that turn of events?
That's big turn of events. You held them to a field goal attempt that they missed after having 2 touchdowns when Collinsville went 3 and out in between. Got to keep battling here. We're still not out of the first quarter, and got to go into the bag of tricks there. And
yeah,
that's that sweet play. Like I said, we saw it in Maine West. It's worked for the Kahawks before.
It has. So nicely done there on the answer. I kind of just had a little brain fart there and went to a commercial break thinking that there's going to be a kickoff, and that's my fault. So we came back a little late, but you caught the tail end of that play anyway. A little flea flicker action.
Yeah, I believe it was Pennell pitching it back to Chase Reynolds last year, and KJ Thorpe-Watt taking it to the house in that playoff win last year.
Yeah, I do remember that. All right, Matt Reynolds due to kick off, and we'll see how Collinsville wants to play these kickoffs. Hill is over on the far side as the deep man, and over on the near side is Stephen Brown. And another little pooch kick is going to find somebody at the 30-yard line, and I believe that's the same guy who caught the ball in the opening quarter to start this game off with, and almost the same results, just a little bit farther up to about the 37-yard line.
That's Baron Vaughn again. They kicked the opening kickoff to him. We got a game here.
Yeah, we do.
Get another stop.
So, Althoff back out there for possession number 4. 1:08 left to play here in this opening quarter. It's been an entertaining first quarter, but it seemed to have been taking a long time. Ellington will go back out there. Hill will be over his right shoulder. 2 wide receivers over here on the near side, 1 on the far. Here's the snap, and it's going to be Hill being chased down from behind, but couldn't quite get there. The shoestring tackles are missing, and he'll be thrown out of bounds on a tackle there by Collinsville's Montre Kroom, and boy, oh boy, Hill almost got caught in the backfield.
A one-on-one, just couldn't finish it off there. Then came up on the next guy, made him miss. Hill stays elusive, but he doesn't get the first down.
Well, he's just a little bit short. Looks like it's going to bring up a second down and about 2 to go for the first down. This time, Hill will stand off to the left-hand shoulder of Ellington. He'll get the handoff once again, and he'll try the right side, turns the corner, has some room, and he's up the sideline. Habermill's the last chance, and Devin brings him down at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, we got a flag on the play also.
Yeah, in the backfield, so that could be coming back.
At a big reception.
That will be. That's a hold against Althoff, so he erased that big play, and now it's going to be second down and about 13 to go for a first down for Althoff.
Great job by Habermill to chase him down.
Sure
Didn't
was.
give up on it. Didn't matter anyway, but holding penalty takes another big play away from the Crusaders.
Yeah, that's their second hold here in this first quarter. 48.8 seconds to play here in quarter number 1. And Collinsville dodges another bullet there, albeit maybe momentarily.
After that big run that doesn't count, Hill goes to
Yeah.
the sidelines and is going to get some water. He needs a break.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Habermill probably needs a break.
He's not going out.
I know, he's over here, tucked in over on this right side of that defensive line. And Stephen Brown is going to come in and play running back. Brown on the year has 118 yards on 29 carries, and he's going to get carry number 30 here. Tries the left side, and then he gets tackled right around the 45-yard line. Devin Habermill was there, as well as Romel Ballinger, and that's going to leave Althoff a little short of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4, maybe 3.
Lots of running room on that left side. He's also a speedy back. Is Brown, a sophomore.
Althoff trying to get off one more play before the clock expires. We're down to 20 seconds. Here's the snap. Brown gets another handoff, tries the right side this time, and he's going to have a first down as he approaches midfield, but he did barely get over there. He got just enough for the first down, maybe a yard past the marker, and that is going to move the chains. And as soon as the chains drop, the clock will run, and the referee signals for that to happen now, and that is going to do it for quarter number 1. Althoff up 14-7. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Back here at Althoff Catholic High School, Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you. And we welcome you in to quarter number 2, 14-7 in favor of Althoff. So another 12 minutes up on the clock, and Althoff has another first down in which to work with. But all in all, could be a lot worse.
Yeah, we got the stop, held them to the field goal, and then busted out that flea flicker play and got the touchdown here. Althoff maybe going to march down the field again. They've gotten some holding penalties, but it hasn't stopped them from moving here. But the Kahok defense needs to toughen up here and get the ball back to the offense here and try to go for the tie score later on.
So now Althoff over on the left side of your screen, moving to the right. And once again, Stephen Brown stays in as the lone running back. He goes into motion, though, and Ellington's back to pass, launches one downfield, and a little contact made there. I'm not sure who that's going to be against. The pass was complete to Charleston Colden with Loyal Patterson providing the defense, but I don't know. It looked to me like Colden might have pushed off.
Could go either way. It looked like Colden might have pushed off, but it didn't seem like Loyal turned his face towards the...
Oh, they're going to call it against Patterson.
Yeah, didn't seem to turn himself towards the ball.
I don't know, man. Kind of looked like it could have gone either way, so I guess you can't be mad that it went the other way. And, of course, they decline it because the result of the play is a big first down, and it is going to be 1st and 10 from Collinsville 16 here for the Crusaders. And Stephen Brown stays in there at running back.
Yeah, Hill's sitting here on the bench.
Yeah, he's sitting on the bench right below our location. He's the only one sitting on the bench until the guy in the gray hoodie just showed up and sat down a little ways from him, so we hope Hill's okay. And the snap, and the handoff goes to Brown. Brown does a little stutter step there, tries the left side, and didn't really get anywhere.
There was more positive plays when he just continued with his speed and got to the outside. Some stutter step in there and allowed Kahoks to close in, and Tongay finished him off.
Well, Hill got up from the bench that he was sitting on, but doesn't look like he's going to go in right now. Empty backfield. Well, not empty yet. Brown is still out there. Two wide receivers over here on the near side, one on the far side. Ellington goes into shotgun once again. Jackson Belinda is the wide receiver in motion. Ellington back to pass. Now he's going to step up and run, and he's going to have some success. Looks like he may have a first down, and he'll get tackled inside the 5-yard line. Is that a flag that came in late, or they fumbled?
Well, they fumbled, and they might have just thrown the beanbag for the fumble. It looked like Althoff got the fumble anyway. Check and see if it is a flag.
I just saw something flying in there. I didn't.
Yeah, they always
couldn't tell what what color it was.
I always saw that beanbag.
So it looks like Althoff got the ball back, and they're going to be 1st and goal from Collinsville's 4-yard line.
Quarterback doing it himself, finding some running room. These two guys in the backfield kind of split out, and Kahoks didn't know which way to go. That left Ellington with all the running room up the middle.
Yeah, Ellington has ran the ball 15 times coming into this game for 57 yards and 3 touchdowns, so he'll run it every once in a while. And Brown stays in as the lone running back. He's offset to the right of Ellington, and Ellington in shotgun, takes the snap, hands the ball off to Brown. Brown travels forward, and he's in for the touchdown.
Nope,
maybe not.
No.
Well, gonna mark him down at about the half-yard line.
Yeah, very, very, very close. Kahoks didn't give up on it, closed in on him. They're not going to need much more to just kind of push this one through, and they're going to have 3 shots at it.
Yep. Hill standing back, Brown standing back a little deep, takes the handoff, and now he's in.
All he had to do was follow Big 73.
Yep.
Brock Rogers, and Althoff gets the touchdown. Downtown Brown, is that
Downtown Brown, he said.
He's a sophomore, so it looks like they'll be their feature back here in the future, maybe.
Yeah. Wilkinson is going to come on to try the extra point. And once again, Jamaris Sadler will be the holder. Jason Dowell, 288-pound senior, comes rumbling in from the sideline there at the last moment. What are the referees talking about?
Trainer comes out.
Yeah, Trainer's coming out too, yeah.
I think there's They're pointing to something on the turf.
Well, I got some blood on the turf. Is that what it is?
Blood on the turf.
Yeah.
Quick wipe, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, got another spot, too. So somebody's bleeding.
Could have been the guy that went off, and they had to get Dowell out there real quickly at the end.
Okay.
If it was grass, they wouldn't worry about it. Right?
How much is out there, man?
Push that into the dirt if it was.
Yeah.
If it was grass.
Okay. Apparently that's all taken care of.
We don't play on grass anymore.
I don't think anyone plays on grass anymore.
Cahoks don't this year. Cahokia now has turf. We'll see in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Maine West did.
9:59 left to play here in this second quarter, and here is Wilkinson's extra point try. There's the snap, and we have a whistle before that was even complete. Not sure what that was for. Well, offsides. Guess we lined up in the neutral zone.
Yeah, we jumped early, or we're lined up in the neutral zone, one or the other. Althoff take this as an opportunity to go for 2 from the 1.5.
Doesn't look like it. Nobody's moving yet. Wilkinson's over there asking. No, just stay out there.
I think their coaching staff was asking, well, can that just be good? But no, they actually killed the play.
Yeah. Yeah, they blew the whistle before the play even developed, so they have to do it over again. Are they not moving?
They moved it up about a yard.
Okay.
Now flag comes flying in from the back. Back official.
Now we're going to have a false start, so we're right back to where we started.
Well, no, it's actually going to be farther back for Althoff because
Collinsville
could only be penalized a yard and a half. Now Althoff is penalized 5.
Yeah. So now this is going to be more like a 23-yard extra point try. See if that messes with Wilkinson at all here. There's the snap. Hold is down. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So all that doesn't matter. 21-7 in favor of Althoff with 9:59 left to play here in this second quarter. And we'll be back with from a commercial break here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Todd Duke and Chris Kettler back with you from Althoff Catholic High School. And we are certainly glad that you are with us. As Wilkinson set to kick it off once again deep. And Matt Clark and Loyal Patterson back deep, but it's going to go to Tange once again at the 20-yard line. And he's going to skirt it out to the right-hand side and sideswipe one tackler, or sidestep one tackler, I should say, and up to about the 36-yard line. So not a bad piece of running there by Tange.
Yeah, a little run back there. Try to get something up the field here, get some more positive yards. Cal's got some work to do. Really need to get an answer here, just like they did last time.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He also helped it run some time off this clock. It was nice to get the score, but it was a quick one last time.
Sure was. All right, Collinsville breaks huddle. And Habermill, the tight end over here on the left side. 2 wide receivers on the far side. Rome Richardson remains the lone running back as Chase Reynolds stands in shotgun. Here's a snap and a pass, and that one's almost picked off and read perfectly by the Althoff defense, but Amari Rogers-Parrott caught it and then had enough time to step forward, and that was about it.
Yeah, so nowhere near getting towards the line of scrimmage here, and he's still trying to collect himself.
Yeah, he's just coming back from being injured last week, so
they're going to stop play for him to check on Rogers.
He's just down on one knee, but has the head bent over there, and now the athletic trainer for Collinsville is out to check on him.
We'll have him go off.
Yep.
It's only a couple steps over, and
well, hopefully he can return.
Trying to get the ball into one of your best players' hands, make him try to do something there, but Althoff sniffed that one out and nearly had the interception.
9:20 and counting here in the second quarter. 21-7 in favor of Althoff. And Collinsville looking for an answer. Here's the snap, and the handoff is going to go to Richardson. Looked like there was a little confusion in the backfield, but Richardson keeps the legs moving. Referee blows the whistle, and he'll go down, but he will get up some positive yardage. Looks like it's going to bring up a third down and about 2 to go here for Collinsville to get the first down.
Well, he had nowhere to go at first.
No.
Linebacker Dale Parker was right there on his nose right away. Rome cut it back to the right and kept the play alive, but still didn't get much yardage.
Not at all. It's been Rome Richardson pretty much this whole game at running back. We figured at some point we might see Lazarian Stewart, but that hasn't happened yet. In shotgun is Reynolds, and here is Reynolds going back to pass. Rolls out to his right. He's looking. He's getting pressure from behind, and he has to throw it away, and he does so right around the 40-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 2 now for the Kahawks. And being this deep, I would imagine you're just going to go ahead and punt.
Looking for that out to Habermill if he could catch that one and then turn it upfield.
Looks like Hill's ready to go once again. He's over here on the sideline snapping his helmet on. Not going to come in for the punt return, though. That is going to be handled by Jamaria Sadler and Charleston Colden as they are back right around the 40-yard line.
Didn't take much time off the clock there.
No, and there's a bad snap. It gets in between the legs of Matt Reynolds, and he's just going to cover it up, and Althoff is going to start 1st and 10 from the Collinsville 11.
Well, trying to minimize the damage there, but it's going to set up Althoff for great field position. 3 guys coming down. You don't have much time to think there, but if he could collect himself and get 10 more yards farther back, you would rather just take the safety and kick off from the free kick, but not enough time to think about all that.
No, Reynolds just went back there and jumped on the ball and cradled up on it. And that's a real. I was just getting ready to say we need a good punt from Matt Reynolds, and we didn't even get the opportunity.
Last one didn't go so well from that. He actually got off here, and it might just feed Hill here and try to punch this one in from 12 yards out.
Yep, Hill is coming back into the game. Kellen Jordan is going to line up as a wide receiver over on the far side, and Colden over here on this near side. And kind of a I formation, if you will, with Hill the only running back. He stands about 4 yards behind Ellington. Here's a snap. Handoff is going to go to Hill. He darts his way over to the left side, turns the corner, puts his head down, knocked down one of the Kahawk players, but he didn't make it into the end zone. It's going to be close. They're going to mark him down at about the 2.
Habermill was one eventually finished him off there, but Hill did put some moves on Ballinger. He's 2nd and 1. And some kind of whistle. AT comes to check out on somebody who's down on the ground there.
Yeah, official timeout, and I'm not really sure who's injured, but looks like one of the Kahawks. Is that Devin Habermill? I think so, because he was the only one wearing pink, wasn't he?
We got a few more guys out there with pink. And
oh, no, that is
Priest.
Zach Priest, yeah. So Priest gets up and walks off under his own power.
It's like Kaufman will come in there to shore up this defensive line here.
And Hill will stay out there. Ellington trots off the field. So Althoff used that little bit of a extra time to go to the sideline and get a verbal communication from the coaching staff. And once again, looks like the same formation. Wide receiver on either side. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Hill, and he jumps and jukes, and he is not in. He's going to be stopped at about the half-yard line once again.
But it's going to be a first down.
Yeah, sure is. Yeah, they had to get down to the 1-yard line for a first down, which they just did there. And now it'll be first and goal. Less than a yard to go here for Althoff to punch it into the end zone, and it's the same formation, and I would bet a dime to a dozen donuts that Hill's going to get the carry, and he does. And he'll travel the wrong direction, and he'll go down on a nice open field tackle there by Collinsville's John Thomas, and that's a loss on the play.
Hill wanted to kick it to the right on the previous play, but then he continued in and took it to the left and got the first down there, but that time he was committed completely to the right, and John Thomas ended up one-on-one with him and brought Hills down, and big loss on the play.
All the way back to the 8-yard line, so second down and goal. And now a little bit tougher of a task for Hill, Ellington, and the rest of the Crusaders. They're going to stay with that same formation, a deep single back eye. Ellington in shotgun. He'll take the snap and he'll fake the handoff. He'll roll, he'll throw, and that is a touchdown to the tight end, Cooper Zimmer.
That was one of them flares out, tight end running. They sent him upfield earlier and got it. He had a big catch that time. They were setting the Canucks up that whole time with that play, with sending Hill to the right, and then now they fake it that way, and nobody had Zimmer.
27-7, waiting the extra point try here by Wilkinson. And they're going to blow this play dead. We have a false start against Althoff. I believe that might have been on the holder, Jamarius Sadler, as he kind of lifted up a little bit and started pointing to Collinsville because they had a guy moving around in the end zone, but that's allowed.
Yeah, he's not on the line of scrimmage, so he can move how he needs to. Well, he's set when the ball is snapped.
Sadler never got up, but he kind of raised up just a little bit and then started moving his hand, pointing at the guy for Collinsville that was moving back in the end zone. I believe that was Tange. Here's the snap. A little bit of a longer try now, but it's still good by Wilkinson, and that makes it 28-7 in favor of Althoff. And we'll take a break. Collinsville will get the ball back once again and see if they can figure out this Althoff defense. And they really need to. They need another touchdown here to kind of keep themselves into this game. We'll be back to tell you all about this next possession by Collinsville after this timeout on the Kahok Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
Todd Duke, Chris Keller back with you from Althoff Catholic High School. Glad that you are with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. George Martz Field is the actual name of this stadium here.
Althoff just kicked it about 7 yards, so it didn't go far enough. I guess they're trying a little onside.
There's a flag on the play, too.
Yeah, well, they didn't kick it far enough.
Yeah. So Collinsville will get the ball in Althoff territory. That might help move things along a little better here for Collinsville. We have 6:10 left to play here in this first half, 28-7 in favor of Althoff.
I don't know why you do that if you're Althoff. They've held Collinsville back in their own zone the whole time. Collinsville hasn't taken a snap yet in this end.
No, the only time they've been in Althoff territory was the touchdown.
Yeah, in Althoff territory when it's the touchdown run.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll see what the Kahawks and their offense have lined up here. 2 wide receivers on this side, one on the far side. I believe that's Rory Rogers-Parrott over there on the far side. And Now we're going to have a flag on the play. And it's going to be a false start against Collinsville.
Near side guy just out in front of head of everybody.
Well, one thing for sure, man, if you want to get back into this game, you've got to minimize the mistakes. And penalties are mistakes.
Yeah, Cahoks haven't been able to overcome the penalties they've gotten. Althoff has. They've had a few holdings that have taken away some big plays, but they've been able to keep the drives going, get the first downs.
Loyal Patterson over here on this near side. Matt Reynolds is in the slot. Amari Rogers Parrott over on the far side. And Chase Reynolds keeps it and brings it up the middle. He's got a lot of room. He's got a first down. He's up to the 20. He puts on another move, and down he goes at the 10-yard line. What a great piece of running there by Chase Reynolds.
Great piece of running. It was like if he could have kicked that to the far side at the last moment, he could have got to the end zone there. Didn't quite have the eye for it just in time and brings it down to the 11.
Yeah, that's a 36-yard run there by Chase Reynolds. So after the penalty, that was a nice way to shake that penalty off.
He's going to keep firing it at this Althoff defense. They're capable of giving up a few points.
Rome Richardson over the left-hand shoulder of Chase Reynolds. Reynolds in shotgun once again. 1st and 10 for Collinsville. Handoff goes to Richardson, and he'll bust across the line and get it close to the 5-yard line. Looks like they'll put him down at about the 7. So a gain of 4 on the play. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Scoreboard says 2nd down and 7, so we'll go with that.
Yeah, the Canucks don't have to get the touchdown.
A first down that can be had at the 2-yard line. Clock is moving. 5:15 left to play here in this first half. Matt Reynolds in the slot over here on the near side. Richardson still remains the lone running back, and he'll get the handoff again. Actually,
Tonge.
Yeah, it was Tonge that got the handoff, and he gets tackled for no gain, maybe even a loss of a yard on the play.
Bringing Tonge back as a running back. He did it as a freshman. Then he came up sophomore year under the varsity and had to give that up for defense, but now with some guys injured, they're going back to him.
Yeah. Why not? That dude's an athlete. He can play just about any position, I would imagine. Probably sure if you gave him a shot at quarterback, he'd do that too. Speaking of quarterback, here's Reynolds. He throws the ball, and he throws it down, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. The intended target looked like to be Matt Reynolds, but I think at that point, Chase Reynolds was just throwing for his life.
Threw it into dangerous zone right in the middle of the field. Who knows? Anybody could have grabbed that one.
That stops the clock with 4:27 left to play here. Brings up 4th down, and Collinsville is going to keep their offense out there.
See what they can get a first down at about the 1.5, 2.
Play clock is down to 10, and Reynolds just coming back from the sideline. After a little confusion on the play call, they're going to have to kind of hurry this up. 4 seconds on the play clock. Down to 2, and nope, not going to get it off.
Well, this had been a problem in some earlier games, not getting the playoff, but Collinsville got the timeout called.
Oh, they called timeout. Okay. All right, well, there's a timeout on the field. We'll go ahead and take a timeout as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you from Althoff High School here in Belleville. 4th down for Collinsville. They're going for it on 4th down, and now Althoff wants to call a timeout. All right, we'll just keep it here for this one. I'm not going to get redundant. Oh, boy.
I guess Althoff just wanted to see what Collinsville was going to come out with.
Were they expecting them to come out and do a field goal and had the wrong personnel out there?
Maybe just want to talk about it here and make sure Everybody's on the right page here.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? We haven't used a timeout yet either, so let's go ahead and do that.
And they've been pretty efficient on offense. May not need them. Let's give the Cahoks another opportunity here to talk about this. See if the same play sticks.
They have a little fan section here at this end of the field, just past the goal post, called the Crusader Crew. That's the student body cheering section, and they're having some fun down there tonight. Don't see that too often at football stadiums, do you?
No, not too many have the seating in the end zones.
All right, here we go. Collinsville, 4th down and 8. As we mentioned, they can get first down at the 2. Here is Reynolds. Reynolds is going to jump up. He's going to go forward, and he is going to be tackled very, very close to where he needed to be for the first down. According to the line judge over on the far side, looks like he might be a little short.
Yeah, I don't think he got it.
No.
Just tried it up the middle there and it's turned away.
Yeah,
Cahoks
looked like Reynolds tried to reach that ball out there at the last minute to give himself an extra half a yard or so, but apparently that didn't work. So Althoff is going to get the ball back, and they're going to have a long way to go. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 2-yard line, maybe 3, so he was a yard short. Yeah, they put it down at the 3.
Yeah, so he's at least a full yard short was Chase Reynolds.
Almost got there, man, almost. Collinsville really needed that. So here comes Ellington, Hill, and the rest of the Crusaders out for another crack at offense here. 4:18 left to play in this first half. 28-7 in favor of Althoff. And the Crusaders on offense once again. Ellington in shotgun, stands in his own end zone. 2 wide receivers near, 1 on the far. And it's going to be Hill who's going to give him a little bit of breathing room as he'll get it out to around the 10-yard line. So a pickup of 7 on the play. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 3.
Worry about it. That one developing a little slowly there for Althoff. Maybe would have got a holding there back at the end zone. Would have got Cahoks 2 points, but Hill gets it up the field and gets about 8 yards.
Well, they are almost out of the shadows of their own goalpost. At least they're out of their own end zone. A little bit of breathing room there as Ellington stands in shotgun. And again, 2 wide receivers over here on the near side. Handoff is going to go to Hill. He goes up the middle, darts off to the left. He's off to the races once again. Habermill once again will track him down and not let him get any farther than the 45-yard line.
Habermill was squared up on him about the 20-yard line, but Hill cut it to the left, and Habermill didn't give up and eventually chased him down there at the 46. With Division I guys going at it there. The Habermill brought him down earlier, chased him down, but on a play that was called back anyway.
Yeah. So the chains move. Fresh set of downs here for Althoff at their own 46-yard line. You got to get it to Collinsville's 44-yard line for a first down. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to the wide receiver who is in motion, and sniffing that out big time was Aiden Jordan, and he did not get anywhere, did Kellen Jordan. So it was Jordan against Jordan.
Great job by the Cahoks, Jordan, to get through. He's been close a couple times. Had the quarterback in his sights one time earlier.
Loss of 5 yards on the play. We'll bring up 2nd down and long. 3:05 and counting left here in this first half. Got the Woods Basement Systems halftime show coming up at halftime. And here's the snap. Ellington, he's back to pass. He looks down the middle. He throws down the middle. He's got Jordan wide open, and there's a flag as Loyal Patterson came in over the backside of Jordan at the last moment to disrupt that play, but that's a pass interference.
Yeah, but you'll take that in high school because it's only going to be 15 yards. You're not going to get it in the spot. A deep shot down the field. It doesn't really hurt the defense too much to just sell out and interfere and get that one. We also have a flag
in the backfield. Yeah, we do.
So we'll have to sort all this out.
Could be a offsetting penalty situation if the flag's in the backfield. Is usually a holding call on the offense.
Althoff's been called for a few holdings, and I think they've been pretty close to a few other ones. Whitehead is over here talking to coaching staff at Althoff.
Yeah, if both of them are against Collinsville, they'll take the one that's going to give them the most yardage. Pass interference declined.
Helmet contact by Collinsville.
Yeah, helmet-to-helmet contact.
Targeting.
So I think both of those would have got you 15 yards, right?
Yeah, I think there's no difference there.
Yeah.
I think it's 15 yards either way.
They decline the pass interference, and they'll take the targeting penalty. So regardless, it is going to give them a first down. And at the 44-yard line, which is exactly where they needed to get to pick up the first down.
This white hat was just explaining to make sure that you're only going to get 15 on the.
Yeah, you're not getting 30.
You're not getting that whole amount, like you see, on Saturday and Sunday games, college and NFL.
Clock stopped with 2:49 left to play here in this first half. Althoff, 28-7. They lead. They were up 14-0 before Collinsville finally got on the board to make it 14-7, and.
Still got to pick up the flag.
Looks like we had a game then. We still have a game, but it's a little bit Althoff heavy right now. Collinsville will get the ball first to open up the second half, so there's a plus. Right now your job is to keep them from scoring again before halftime. Here is Ellington back to pass. Throws a dart down the middle, and he has his receiver, Colden, wide open. And that's going to be another first down for Althoff.
Charleston Colden wide open across the middle. Had to duck down a little bit for the ball and wasn't really able to keep his feet, so Chase was able to push him down easily, but Althoff's moving the ball down now here at about the 25.
Hill still in there at running back. They just haven't used him in a while since they needed to dig out of their own end zone. Hill, by the way, has caught 7 passes on the year for 79 yards and a couple of more touchdowns through the passing department. Ellington in shotgun, and he is going to roll out. He's going to throw, and that one is intercepted by Loyal Patterson, and Collinsville gets a big turnover they needed, and the Kahawks have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 13.
It works all out for the Kahawks there. Loyal just went ahead and got the pass interference on a couple plays ago, didn't let Althoff get the big play, and now he gets an interception.
He stepped right in front of the intended receiver just at the last second. 2:23 left to play here in this first half. So Collinsville's got a long way to drive, but boy, oh boy, it sure would be nice if they could put a score up on the board and get the ball back to open up the second half.
Yeah, you definitely want to try to get the score and have the ball start the next quarter. At the very least, at least finish this clock off here in the second half.
Yeah, let's not give the ball back to Althoff.
Yes.
Reynolds in shotgun. He's going to go back and pass, and he's got a man open, and that is Patterson. He dropped it, and he would have only gotten back to the line of scrimmage anyway, so wouldn't have been nothing doing there if we caught the ball or dropped the ball, and he ended up dropping it.
That's not going to keep the clock going.
No, incomplete pass will stop the clock with 2:18 left to play here in this first half.
This Althoff group, they're probably going to go 1A in playoffs. And
I know.
They're going to be a bear for some of these tiny communities. They're going to come through and play.
Got knocked out in the quarterfinals last year. And that was when they were in 2A. They've won a couple of state championships back in the day when their first head coach, Schott, took them to a couple of title games. And they were in 4A back then.
Yeah, Althoff's been losing some enrollment over the years. Maybe some of that to Father McGivney.
Well, private school's expensive, man. And with a tough economy, not a lot of people can afford to send their kids to private schools. Timeout on the field. Althoff uses their second timeout, so they have one left. We have 2:18 left to play here in this first half. We'll give you a little history information on the meetings between Althoff and Collinsville, plus a little history on the Althoff football program. This current head coach, Austin Frazier, is only their third head coach in team history, at least since they've been Althoff. They were Belleville Cathedral back in the day when they first played Collinsville. But there's no mention of that school on the IHSA page. Here's a pass that's behind the line of scrimmage to Amari Rogers-Parrott, and he gets up to across the 15-yard line. He'll be out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Is that a flag or is that a towel?
Yeah, it's a flag, and they're signaling holding on the Kahawks, so push that one back.
Yeah. Running out of bounds kind of stops the clock, too, so only 5 seconds off the clock on that play, and Collinsville's going to get backed up.
I think you're definitely just going to go ahead and push him back towards the end zone. Althoff could have declined that penalty because it wasn't much of a gain.
No. Got about a 3-yard gain out of it, but.
And it looks like maybe they did decline it.
Yeah. Well, if they would have declined it, then the excuse me, the forward progress would have given them a couple of yards. But right now, it's at the original line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 10. And not a lot of time has gone off this clock on this possession.
They'll take the down and.
Yeah, I was going to say, though, yeah. All right, so now they move it up, and it looks like the line of scrimmage is, looks like we're going to be looking at a 3rd down and about 7 here. Mario Rogers-Parrott comes into motion. Reynolds back to pass, throws it up the middle, and no one home. Just a bunch of linemen there. I don't think there was a wide receiver in the area at all.
Yeah, they're trying to screen pass, and there was nobody back behind to throw the ball to.
Well, so Matt Reynolds is going to have to punt, and he is going to be punting from probably inside the, or right around the 5-yard line.
That's why you declined the penalty for Althoff. Collinsville only took mere seconds off the clock.
Yeah, not many at all.
With 3.
They got the ball back with 2:20 left, and there's 2:09 left. So all of 11 seconds got taken off the clock. De'Ara Hill is back deep. Stand around his own 40, and Matt Reynolds is going to punt the ball away from Hill, and he just didn't get very much on that one. It was too much straight to the sideline and not enough downfield action, and that is going to give Althoff the back with very, very good field position. They're going to have the ball at Collinsville's 30. Man.
They're so focused on keeping it away from Hill.
Yeah.
It's not driving it down the field there.
And Hill was on this side of the field. If they would have just kicked it over the other way and got a little bit more distance on it, that might have worked in their favor. But now they have given Althoff another opportunity to put up more points here before halftime. 2:02 left to play here in this first half. Hill in there at running back. He stands about 2 yards to the left of Ellington. 2 wide receivers on the far side, one over here on the near side. He goes into motion, and the handoff is going to go to Colden, and Colden will get some positive yardage out of it. He got about 5 of the 10 he needed.
Sid Colden in motion, handed off to him, had Hill blocking. 5-yard gain. Well, not even, only about 3.
Yeah. After the spot, we'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Clock continues to move. We're down to 1:38 to play. Ellington has Hill in the backfield over the left shoulder, now over the right shoulder. All 3 wide receivers on the right side of this formation. And now Hill will join him there. He'll throw it into the backfield to Hill, and then Hill will try to move forward, and he is taken down by Michael Tongay, and that was only a minimal gain of maybe another 3 yards, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3 to go for the first.
Hill burned the Cahoks on that play in the 2nd possession of the game, took it to the house for a touchdown. Cahoks knew they had seen that one there and sniffed it out a bit.
This time, 3 wide receivers are going to line up on the left side of the formation, and the handoff is going to go to Hill. He's going to try that side, and he is going to run right into Collinsville's defense. He'll pick up another couple of yards. That's going to bring up 4th and 1.
Frazier initially wrapped him up from behind, but Hill kind of came out of that one, but there's still nowhere to go. Althoff calls timeout at
Althoff,
44.9.
Uses their final timeout, 44.9 seconds left to play here in this first half. So Collinsville tasked with a big stop here on 4th down, and hope the Cahawks can get the ball back and keep Althoff from putting another 6 points on the board, or maybe 3 points on the board. That's exactly what Collinsville needs right before going into halftime. And go into halftime feeling better about themselves if they can stop these guys on 4th and 1.
Held Althoff to a missed field goal earlier. I don't think they're going to try for a field goal here. The Cavs need a big stop here.
Yes, they do. Woods Basement Systems halftime show coming up here in just seconds. We'll scour the interwebs for some scores for you from around the area. Collinsville Althoff game got a write-up in the games to watch section in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch today. All right, back to action we go. Here is a handoff to Hill, and Hill is going to try to get this first down, and Rome Richardson was in there, and that's going to be enough for a first down. You know, Rome Richardson tried to pull him back, but forward progress was already made. He gained about 3 yards on the play when he only needed 1, and a hurry-up offense, and now he's trying to spike the ball. He almost dropped it, had to pick it up and spike it because Althoff is out of timeouts.
I think he took a knee. I think his knee was down first.
I thought he did too.
Now the Cahoks are Rome Richardson is running with the ball, and is the play going or not?
Well,
Rome Richardson is going to run it into the end zone here.
We'll see if anybody wants to signal touchdown, but I don't see any referees holding up their hands. The clock guy here stopped the clock with 30.5 seconds left. And you're right. It looked like to me that was a weird play. It looked like he had to bend down, pick up the ball, and did so while he was on a knee. And then a little bit of a half spike, if you will. So that was a weird play.
I don't know what the call was there. I thought maybe they were calling that his knee was down when he went down to pick it up. So Althoff was screaming that they wanted the clock stop for the spike, but I thought White Hat was saying, well, no, his knee was down and we're continuing this. But then the Cahoks ran off with the ball.
Well, they haven't moved the down marker yet. Well,
So,
now they do.
yeah.
He did hit the ground with his knee because that's a loss of 5 yards on the play.
And then they need to wind the clock if that's the case.
Yeah. There's the snap. And Ellington's going to keep it, looking for somebody to throw it to. He finds somebody, and then over on the sideline, Colden gets it in the 13-yard line, but the clock's going to continue to run. Althoff can't call another timeout, so they're going to try to have a whoa. What's going on?
Guess maybe they did have a timeout.
I thought they used all 3. Oh, I could have swore that they already used all 3 of their timeouts.
Seemed right to me when you said it. I didn't have a doubt.
Because they had one earlier, then they used the one right after Collinsville took a timeout. And didn't they use one on this drive?
It was the back-to-back ones. Well, Collinsville called one, then Althoff called one.
All right, I guess I was off, but they don't have the timeouts up here on the scoreboard. So this is all just going from memory, and apparently my memory has failed me once again. They want 18 seconds on the clock. Right now it's at 15.2. Well, they changed it. It's got 18. All right, so now for sure Althoff's out of timeouts.
Gotta be.
So, 3rd down and 5 for the Crusaders on Collinsville's 13-yard line. And Ellington in the backfield by himself. Hill is lined up as a slot receiver over here on this near side. Low snap. Ellington tries the other side. Goes for the corner. Zach Priest isn't tall enough, and he could not outleap Killen Jordan, the 6-foot, 170-pound senior. Zach Priest has lost about 2 inches on that big, tall, wide receiver, and
that's a mismatch that Althoff saw.
Yeah.
Send it into the corner there. Kylan Jordan just jump up for it. And Priest, just a mismatch.
13-yard touchdown pass for Althoff. Comes with 12 seconds left to play here in the second. And Wilkinson to try the extra point. There's a snap. The hold good. The kick is on the way, and the kick is no good. Wide to the right. So that keeps it at 34-7. And we'll just go ahead and keep it here for this timeout. Collinsville will get the ball back with just 12 seconds left. And, man, I tell you, opportunities.
Not coming easy for Althoff. They're getting it on like 3rd and 4th downs, but they're doing enough. They've seen some mismatches there. They've exploited them throughout the night here, and Cahoks just have not had enough firepower on offense to stay with them and minimize Althoff's opportunities on offense. Sometimes the best defense is having your offense out there for the Cahoks.
Yeah. Crusaders won last year's game at Collinsville 38-27. Collinsville gave them everything they could handle last year.
That was truly the Dier Hill show.
Yeah.
Last year, and then I think Althoff has spread it out just a little bit more here. Hill has done some great things himself, but man, they got a lot of weapons.
34-7, 12 seconds left, and the kickoff is going to be shallow, and it's going to be taken at the 30-yard line by Montre Kroom, and Kroom got about 5 more yards, and the clock is stopped with 7.4 seconds left.
Yep.
Take a shot.
Take a shot. You got to take a shot. You got to need some scores. They can buy enough time for Chase. Any timeouts left?
I think Collinsville should have at least one.
You could try something short, get a couple of yards, then try for the big play.
We will see what they have dialed up here. Rome Richardson is back in there at running back. 2 wide receivers on the far, 1 on the near. Rogers Parrott is in the slot over on the far side. Reynolds in shotgun, takes a bullet of a snap down at his knees, rolls out to his right. He's looking, and he throws, and it's going to be short, and time has expired, and that is going to do it for the first half of this contest. 34-7 in favor of Althoff. Collinsville will get the ball back when the second half gets underway, but right now it is time for the Woods Basement Systems halftime show, brought to you by my friends at Woods Basement Systems, all things basementy. Woods Basement Systems, working to keep homes dry since 1986. You can give them a call at their Collinsville headquarters, 618-708-4055. 34-7 in favor of Althoff as we have hit halftime, and we are back with the Woods Basement Systems halftime show after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Colt Herald. 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahok sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948.
And we welcome you back into the Woods Basement Systems halftime show while Chris Keller is working his fingers to the bone trying to find some scores. We'll give you a little bit of history since we don't have a band to show you tonight, so why not? How about this history versus Althoff? Althoff has the edge, 11 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie between Collinsville and Althoff. Althoff started off as Belleville Cathedral High School in 1960, though. It was decided that Belleville Cathedral High School for boys and the Academy of Notre Dame High School for girls would merge into one co-ed school, and in 1964, Althoff Catholic High School opened. Collinsville and Belleville Cathedral played twice, though, before that merger. Collinsville won both of those games, winning 30-7 in 1954 and then 45-7 in 1955. The first meeting between Collinsville and Althoff came in the season opener of 1967, and Collinsville won that game 10-0. After the 1967 game, the two teams wouldn't meet again until 1971. That game resulted in the only tie between the schools at 14-14. Collinsville would get the win then in 1972. Althoff would return the favor the next year. And then the schools wouldn't meet again until 1981 in a game that Althoff won, although the Collinsville yearbook did not have scores for that particular football season. It just had won or lost. And then it was a very long time until the school's football teams met again on the gridiron. That next meeting didn't take place until 2010. Collinsville won that one 37-20. And then from 2011 to 2017, Althoff would go 7-0 versus the Kahawks in those 7 years. The teams wouldn't meet again until last year. That was a game the Crusaders won, as we told you a little earlier, 38-27. De'Aaron Hill ran the ball 14 times for 161 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also hauled in 2 interceptions while playing defense. Kahawk quarterback Darren Pinnell went 24 for 45 for 307 yards, 3 touchdowns, and those 2 interceptions. Plus, Pinnell had another 87 yards on the ground on 11 carries and another rushing touchdown. A little bit of Althoff football history for you, if you will. Althoff football program started here in 1971 with Glenn Schott as the Crusaders' first head coach. Schott remained in that position for the next 37 years. He compiled a record of 245 wins, 127 losses, and 6 ties. Under Schott, Althoff qualified for the state playoffs 16 times, the first of which was in 1979. The next year, the Crusaders won the Class 4A championship. That was one of 3 state titles for Althoff under Schott, with the other 2 coming in back-to-back seasons of 1989 and 1990. Those were in Class 3A as they dropped down a class. Ken Turner then took over from Schott in 2008. In Turner's years, he went 79-51 in those 12 years with 8 trips to the playoffs. 7 of those were in succession from 2011 to 2017. And twice during that run, the Crusaders made it to the championship game. Both times they finished in second. The first was in Class 2A in 2012 when Althoff lost 14-7 to Aledo High School of Mercer County. The second was in Class 4A, so they went up 2 classes and lost 51-7 to Chicago Phillips. Frazier, the current head coach, took over for Turner after the 2019 season and had his Crusaders qualify for the playoffs over the last 2 years, where they lost both times in the state quarterfinals. That's a look at your history between the two schools and a little Althoff football history as well. We will take a break here on the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. When we come back, we'll pass along any scores that we have found for you, and we'll do that here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest-running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. Blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878. Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large-screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of Kahok sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News. Once again, we welcome you back into the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. 34-7 here in favor of Althoff. Collinsville will get the ball back to begin the second half. And here is a look at your halftime scoreboard. A little Southwestern Conference action going on. East St. Louis all over Belleville West right now, 35-10. Most of these games are at halftime. Edwardsville over Alton, blanking them, 21-0. Elsewhere, Cahokia, who we'll see here in a couple of weeks, at Cahokia, by the way, is up over Mount Vernon right now by a score of 6-0. Elsewhere, Waterloo over Jerseyville, 22-15. Triad, who we will see in the regular season finale at Triad in a couple of weeks, over Mascouda right now, 23-8. It is Centralia over Marion by a score of 14-7. The Central Cougars of Breeze are up over Salem, 42-0. Chester over Carlisle, shutting out the Carlisle Indians 28-0. It is Westglen over Sparta Steelville by a score of 21-0. Columbia taking care of East Alton Wood River right now by a score of 21-6. Redbud over DuPont by a score of 21-7. And Nashville has a 14-0 lead over Benton at halftime as well. That is going to do it for your Woods Basement Systems halftime show. Again, if you have some water problems in your home and you don't want those water problems, well, you need to call Woods Basement Systems. They've been doing that since 1986, and that is working to keep homes dry. Give them a call at their Collinsville headquarter location there on Vandalia at 618-708-4055. Second half action is what we have coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network. Got questions about Medicare? If you're approaching the age of 65, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Bill Holton is a former Collinsville Raider and Kahok football player and is now an independent broker with Senior Health Plans, and he can answer all of those tough questions when it comes to Medicare. Which plan, which part, what's covered, and what's not. If you're approaching the age of Medicare and need those questions answered, let Bill Holton get you those answers. Bill Holton with Senior Health Plans. Call him today at 618-978-2306 or email Bill Holton at william.holton@yahoo.com. Celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning. Call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187. Once again, we welcome you back here to Althoff High School. George Martz Field is where we are. The official name of this here stadium at Althoff High School. They used to play a lot of their games over at the old Belleville School, which was Lindenwood for a while, but they have since moved their football operations over here right behind the campus.
Yeah, we last played them in 2017, week one, and that was still at the Lindenwood deal. But later that year, they moved to this field here. They always had this field just as like a underclass field, and but they put the turf in, added the bleachers, and yeah, you feel close to the action here for sure. It's nice little field they got here.
I already thought we went through the 3 minutes after the initial 15 minutes, but they got the 3 minutes up on the clock now, so
we're already here.
I guess we have some time to waste, and they haven't even started the 3 minute clock yet. I don't know.
Man, I always just start that thing. Let's go. The teams are out here. What's the hold up?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't even have anything to talk about really, and now we're stuck with another 3 minutes of dead air. So, about the only thing I can tell you is what we have coming up for you next week, and it's not a lot.
What we got next week?
Well,
we can tell them about the soccer playoffs came out.
Yeah, soccer playoffs did come out. I don't have that in front of me. Do you remember?
I can bring it back up. You can talk about that.
Well, in the meantime, we have, as far as the Kahok Sports Network goes, I don't have anything until Thursday, and that would be boys soccer at home versus Belleville East before we return to the same stadium the next day for football against Marion. That's going to be homecoming game at 7 o'clock. But Zach Roseman's got a couple of games next week on the Kahok Broadcast Club Students Network. He's got the soccer game versus Alton at home on Tuesday, and then the girls volleyball game at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium on Thursday against Granite City. The girls volleyball team is playing Edwardsville Tuesday, but that is at Liberty Middle School, and I don't know if anybody's heard about it, but the floor is buckling at the high school at Jackson Luco Gymnasium there. They've got some water issues apparently underneath their gymnasium floor, and it's causing all kinds of problems, and they've had to move the volleyball games to the middle school, and there's already talk that both girls and boys basketball come winter is going to have to be played at middle schools also.
Yeah, the Lincoln Middle School, I believe, is the one they're looking at. That's the old Edwardsville High School. Might be some close quarters for some of them conference games, but yeah, that's just the situation they're going to have to deal with. They're trying to assess the situation there at Edwardsville with their field or at their gym and how to move forward to get that fixed. You don't want to, tear up the old floor and put a new one down and have the same problems.
Were they waiting to start the 3-minute clock for the referees to come back out?
Yes,
That's
so.
exactly what they did because they just now started it. So now we've got even more time to waste. So yeah, go ahead with the football or the soccer playoffs.
Soccer playoffs were released, and I sent it to you guys. And we are not going to Quincy.
Yeah, I know. You told me that when we got here. I'm like, yay!
That's the good news. Quincy and Granite are hosting the regionals. Chaos go to Granite. The quote-unquote play-in game, if you will be Belleville East and Alton. And then the winner of that moves into Tuesday's games. Belleville West will play the winner at 4:30 on Tuesday the 22nd. And Tuesday the 22nd, Collinsville will play Granite City at 6:30. So that'll set up 2 games in a row for Collinsville and Granite City because they're going to play the Paz Cup on the 17th, right? Is that the date?
Yep. I got that one down. I'm going to be covering that game.
At Collinsville. And so then they'll play the playoff game on the 22nd at Granite. So we'll get to see that new turf at the what's the man's name? They have field named after
Baker.
Gene Baker Field, yeah. And then that regional championship would be Friday, October 25th on Football Friday night. So burn that bridge when we get here as far as what to do as far as that goes. And if you care about the Quincy Regional, Edwardsville, Fallon against Springfield Southeast, and Edwardsville against Quincy. And that regional championship is also on Friday night, on Football Friday night.
Yeah, so on October 25th, which just happened to be my wife's birthday, I'll either have football or soccer to do. And in case everybody was wondering why we got some short weeks coming up this week, well, because we are celebrating our 18th wedding anniversary this weekend, so we wanted to do some fun stuff. So we went out last night and did a little extreme bingo at 1101 Sports Bar and Grill, and taking off Tuesday to have some more fun and festivities going on there. So that's why it's a little bit of a short week, especially this week because the boys' soccer team was over in St. Louis all week at the Junior Billikens tournament. So they've gone 0-2 in that tournament so far. They got a chance to salvage the final game tomorrow when they take on Chaminade.
We got homecoming week coming up next week at Collinsville. There's only 4 days of school, and they'll be celebrating different activities for the homecoming week, and then the homecoming game next Friday when Marion comes to town.
Yeah, Institute Day on Friday the 11th, so the kids don't have school, but I do.
I got off. They,
I don't have any idea what we're doing yet. They haven't told us what we're doing yet. I know they got an email today that the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teachers have a class that they have to take on that day, but they haven't sent out anything to the rest of us, so I guess we'll find out. By the way, that Tuesday soccer game that Zach Roseman is going to do on the Kahok Broadcast Club Student Network against Alton is the Pink Out game.
Fitting here in October, isn't that the big Pink Out month?
Yep.
The football game, I guess, will be Pink Out, and I thought they were also supposed to try to, like, when they go to Triad for the last game, that's like a dual Pink Out.
Yeah, I have that one written down on my calendar, too, as the Pink Out game. So
but I guess they're also doing something for the Marion game. So I kind of have 2 Pink Outs for football, I believe.
Yeah. So we'll have Pink Out / homecoming?
That's what it says.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so now we're ready to go. Collinsville getting the ball back to open up the second half. Wilkinson due to kick it off, and he kicks it short again, and little fumble, and Althoff's going to get it. Off of the fingertips of Montre Kroom, and then it rolled down his back, and there wasn't anyone behind him wearing the purple helmets to pick it up, so Althoff is going to get the ball first instead of Collinsville, and things just couldn't get any worse here now.
Warren Green comes up with it for Althoff.
That's not the way you wanted to start the second half.
Fortunately, just couldn't handle it good enough.
He looks like he was trying to run with it before he got it in his hands.
I wouldn't. Yep, it seems right. Trying to make something happen, get up the field. You got to secure the ball first.
Yep. And I'm sure no one feels worse in this entire place right now than Montre Kroom.
Well, he'll have another chance to make some kind of play later on down the road. He'll redeem himself. He's done a lot of good stuff throughout the year. Not going to worry about one play. Just defense now needs to do the job.
Yep, and they're going to be tasked with that right off the bat when they thought they had a little bit of extra time to rest. And here is Hill. He gets dragged down from behind. It's going to be a horse collar against Devin Habermill. Well, things have just gone from bad to worse here.
Well, you don't
had him for a loss, and now you don't.
Great pursuit. Get behind the line of scrimmage there by Habermill, and just didn't want to wrap uphill by the legs, wanted to grab him high, and just happened to pull down in the shoulder blades there and the horse collar tackle.
Yeah, you can't grab him by the collar, man. If you would have just grabbed onto his jersey and pulled him down, because we know Devin Habermill's got plenty of strength, and he could have at least held him up for a little bit while the rest of his teammates came in and finished the job. But
so the fumble on the kickoff and then the penalty, and now
yeah,
Althoff already on the doorstep.
That they are. 1st and 10 from Collinsville's 16-yard line. Ellington and Hill back in there doing what they do. 2 wide receivers on the far side. Kellen Jordan over on that far side sideline, and Steve Brown in the slot. Meanwhile, Charleston Colden over here on this near sideline, and Collinsville's defensive problems just got a little bit worse as they got a real short field to work with now. Here is another handoff to Hill. He'll go up the middle, and he'll get minimum yardage, about 2 on the play. That'll put the ball down at the Collinsville 15.
Frazier getting in there and bringing down Hill. One of his shorter gains, only about 1 yard.
Yeah, after they finally put the ball down, you're right. It is only 1 yard. You do a couple more of those. Collinsville down 34-7. And Ellington in shotgun once again, and he will hand the ball off to Hill, and Hill will dart up the left side, turn the corner, and he is in for the touchdown.
Went one way and then cut it back the other way and saw all the spots he needed to get to and gets the touchdown. Another touchdown for De'Aaron Hill.
10:40 left to go, so that didn't take very much time at all. And Collinsville, if they weren't already fighting an uphill battle, have definitely got an uphill battle to climb here. 40-7, pending the extra point try here by Wilkinson.
Missed the last one.
Yeah, missed a field goal earlier too. There's the snap, hold is down, kick is on the way, and this kick is good. And that'll make it 41-7 in favor of Althoff. So right away, we have a quick timeout. Collinsville will try to get this ball back once again, and we'll tell you all about it when we return from a quick commercial break here on the Kahok Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is #1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com.
Well, we'll have to come back and we'll play that All Pro Tees commercial once again. Here is Michael Tange after he collects the kickoff and gets it up to about the 30-yard line. So that's where Collinsville will start from. And we'll see if the Kahawks have it in them to take it down the field, score some points. This game is a little bit lopsided at 41-7. You don't want it to get any worse than that.
Kahawks' only score came on the flea flicker play. They had one drive that stalled out inside the 5.
All right. Here is Chase Reynolds in shotgun. He'll go back to pass, and he'll throw it back behind the line of scrimmage to Amari Rogers-Parrott, and Parrott gets met immediately and gets brought down. I believe that was Stephen Brown who got a hold of him and threw him backwards. And there is going to be very minimal gain on the play, if at all.
Whoever was an Althoff latched onto him and didn't let him go, and might be about a loss of 2 almost.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a loss of 2, so that's going to bring up 2nd down and 12.
Now, referee going to talk to Baron Vaughn of Althoff. Didn't send him off. We're going to continue on play.
All right. 2nd down and 12 for Collinsville. Ball on their own 28-yard line. Only 2 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Here is Reynolds. He's being pressured. He's going to go down for the first time tonight as he got spun around there by Baron Vaughn, and after the referee talks to Vaughn, Vaughn gets a quarterback sack.
Technically didn't go down. He stayed his feet, but he was held up by 5 guys.
Big loss on the play, all the way back to the 20-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 20 here for the Kahawks, and they hurry it up on offense as Reynolds is back to pass once again, rolls out to his right to escape some problems, throws the ball up for grabs. It's tipped and almost intercepted on that tip. As Drake Mosley was almost there to catch that tip ball, but it falls incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down, and Collinsville's got to punt the ball away.
Looking down the field for Habermill. Ball's tipped up. You never know where it's going to end up after a tip here. Now we go to the punt here, which have been somewhat adventurous.
Yeah, to say the least. Matt Reynolds is going to stand back at his 4-yard line. And this time they're going to send Jamaris Sadler back as the punt returner. And this time Reynolds gets off a decent kick. And unfortunately, he's going to take an Althoff bounce. It went backwards a couple of yards, and then they killed it right there on the 38-yard line, 39-yard line, is where they'll set it up. And Althoff is that close to scoring another touchdown. Both teams in their last games, of course, Collinsville's was last Friday, Althoff's was last Thursday. Both of these teams took it to their opponent, and the mercy rule kicked in. And if Collinsville allows Althoff to score another touchdown here, Collinsville is going to be the victim of the mercy rule.
Yeah, and since we've hit this successful stretch of Kahok football, I don't think we've been running clocked any, and so it's been quite a few years. Yeah. Fortunately, we didn't see that fairly often from time to time in the past, but hopefully we can keep it away here tonight.
All right, so Ellington and Hill back out there to see what they can do. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders from Collinsville's 40-yard line. Here's a big throw downfield, and it looks like, oh man. I cannot believe that Charleston Colden came down with that ball when it looked for sure like DeAndre Brown was going to haul in an interception for the Kahawks.
I think DeAndre thought he was going to have the easiest interception ever, and Colden stayed with it and snagged it right out of his hands and continued up the field, and, well, we're going to get that running clock.
Yes, we are. And the extra point try forthcoming here from Mr. Wilkinson, Austin Wilkinson, a freshman. They got him listed down as a fullbacker and a linebacker, but I think I've only seen him out there kicking. Here is the snap. The hold is down. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. And that will make it 48-7. That is a 41-point lead for Althoff, and that will institute the running clock for the rest of this game. So this will be the second game in a row that Althoff has gotten the running clock in their favor. And unfortunately, it comes at the expense of the Collinsville Kahawks. And Collinsville will get the ball back when we return from a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
We love to have you come work for the city of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the city of Collinsville.
Wilkinson due to kick it off. He has been a busy kicker tonight. This one is also a little short, taken by Tonge at the 30. He'll get to the 35, and he'll get across the 40-yard line before he is finally brought down. And Collinsville will go back to work on offense, and we'll see how long that Coach Colton Rhodes wants to keep his starters out there.
We've had the one possession here in the second half. Still might want to work on some things.
Yeah.
Can't recreate game situations in practice, so that's going to work on some things here, see if they can't get a score, get up the field, but the running clock is in.
8:30 and counting. Again, to remind everybody, the only thing that stops the clock are timeouts. And the end of a quarter and touchdowns or scoring. Here's a little flare pass out to Loyal Patterson, and a flag comes in, and Patterson goes into the Althoff bench. I would imagine that's going to be a holding call.
Patterson trying to follow some blocks there from Caleb Patton. But
oh, it's a face mask call against Althoff. I didn't see that, so I'm sorry.
grab.
I'm sorry for guessing, because I guessed wrong.
This will help the Canucks get up the field.
Yeah. Take any advantage you can take right now, man. Down 48-7.
So we haven't been on the end of a lopsided score like this in a few years.
Yeah. Definitely had our fair share there for a while, that's for sure. All right, Reynolds back in shotgun. Rome Richardson stands over his left shoulder. 2 wide receivers near, 1 far. Handoff goes to Richardson. He goes up the middle with it and gets a couple of yards before he's finally pushed back, and they kept on pushing. Both Jason Dowell and Drake Mosley. Well, is that Moslev? That's a V on there, isn't it?
It's cut off.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be Mosley.
Okay, I thought so. I've never heard of a last name of Moslev before, but doesn't mean it can't happen. Under 7 minutes to go here in this third quarter. And Reynolds back to pass. He'll roll out, and he's still looking. Now he's just going to tuck it and run, and he's going to do a little stutter step. He got close to the first down before he was finally pushed back, so he's going to be about a yard short. That'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Really turned the corner real quick there, and then realized he had plenty of running room. Doesn't quite get to the first down. Maybe needs a whole 2 yards. The Canucks are driving.
Yes, they are.
Had one drive that stalled out inside the 10.
And also, if you're Austin Fraser, you got to wonder how long he's going to keep his starters out there defensively and offensively. Here's another handoff to Richardson, and Richardson will spin, but he won't spin enough to get the first down. Actually, they kind of put him backwards on that last run before this one. So instead of what I thought was 3rd and 1, it was 3rd and 2, and looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage, so that's going to bring up 4th and 2, and the Cayhawks will go for it.
Hopefully they can get this one here, keep this drive going. And maybe some kind of short pass, get the ball into maybe Reynolds or Rogers' hand.
Rogers Parrott lines up on the far side. Matt Reynolds in the slot. Loyal Patterson comes over here to this near side. Michael Tongay is back in there at running back. He fakes the handoff to him, does Chase, and Chase will get the first down, and he'll get pushed forward by his buddies. And Collinsville will have a fresh set of downs as they approach the 20-yard line.
Althoff really bit on the Tongay fake handoff, and Chase got upfield there.
Collinsville not wasting any time. A little hurry-up offense going on here as the clock continues to run due to the mercy rule. And here's the snap, and Reynolds will roll out to his right. He'll toss one down the sideline. He's got Matt Reynolds open, and if Reynolds stays in the bounds, he was inside the 10, and I think he did, so it'll be 1st and goal here for Collinsville.
Almost turned around a little too late. Went
Yeah.
back for it. Had to take a few extra steps back towards the ball. Makes the catch. Canucks down to near the 5.
They are on the 5, so a little red zone offense here going on for Collinsville. Tongay over the right side now of Reynolds. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Michael Tongay. He goes up the middle, and he gets a little penetration before he finally gets pushed backwards, then finds a little extra effort and barrels forward to about the 2-yard line. Got a player hurt, and unfortunately, that is the only other reason that you stop the clock during the mercy rule. So the clock has been stopped with 4:01 left to play.
Fortunately, I think it's Tongay.
Here in this third quarter, I believe you're right. Here comes Colton Rhodes out to check him out as well.
It looks like Stewart came out as the next running back up. Definitely don't want to get anybody hurt here in mop-up time.
No, that you do not, especially somebody like Michael Tongay. Anybody for that reason, but Michael hops up, He appears to be okay, and he'll walk off the field under his own power. Not much of a noticeable limp, so whatever happened, it kind of worked itself out quickly.
Yeah, maybe it was just a cramp or something. He trots off just fine. But it looks like Stewart will be the back here for this second and goal.
Second down and goal from the 3. And Stewart will come in, 5'5", 170-pound sophomore. He stands close to Reynolds on the left-hand side, and he'll not waste any time getting in on the action. Gets a handoff and doesn't get very far.
He had no running room at all. Offensive line didn't win that battle. Defense busts through for Althoff, doesn't give him any running room. Third and goal.
Third and goal, and I believe that backed him back up to the, all the way back to the 9. You got to give him forward progress, don't you?
I guess not if he never actually went forward.
All right. Third and goal from the 8. Stewart now over the right side of Chase Reynolds. And the snap, and Reynolds is going to roll back. Looks in the end zone, throws, and that ball is almost picked off. Intended receiver was Matt Reynolds, and he almost had the defensive back step right in front of him and steal that.
And another dangerous throw across the middle. Been successful a few times for the Kahawks, but lots of defenders are down in there, and anybody can come up with it for Althoff.
Lauren Green, who used to star in Bonanza back in the day.
If you say so.
I do say so. 6'2", 165-pound junior almost stepped in front of that pass. That was his name, Lauren Green. Michael Landon was in that show. Here is Reynolds on fourth down. He rolls, he throws into the end zone, and it is touchdown, Collinsville.
Habermill.
Yeah.
Goes up for it and was able to get a foot inbounds, it looks like. It's on the far side, tough for us to see, but Devin Habermill with a touchdown reception.
That'll make it 48-13.
The clock will stop for the touchdown,
Yep.
but once we get the clock moving again, we're still going to be under the running clock. It doesn't go away.
No.
If it goes back below 40.
No, they could tie it up 48-48, and you'd still have the running clock. All right, Matt Reynolds on to try the extra point. There's a snap and a whistle. Offsides against Althoff.
You know, in basketball, it's 30 when it gets to running clock fourth quarter. I remember hearing about a game one time where one team got it down to about 6 or 7 points. And they said in theory that in basketball, you would have a running clock for overtime in that situation if it would go.
Really?
Team would come back and force overtime.
Wow. Oh, high snap. Ball is down. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So that was kind of an adventure there for Collinsville. But they do score a touchdown, makes it 48-14. We will take a timeout, quick timeout, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Diamonds for Kahawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today.
Back here at Althoff Catholic High School, Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you. A little lopsided affair. Mercy rule is kicked in, so running clock for the rest of the game. 2:21 left to play here in this third quarter. And
let's try an onside leg kick, and who came up with it?
I don't know. Hey, how about that? I couldn't see any of that.
Yeah, so it was the guy that was running up the field. It's just once you touch it, it's dead, and you can't advance it as the kicking team, but you can recover the ball.
That's exactly what Collinsville did. And there were so many bodies over there, I couldn't see who recovered it. And I really didn't see any motion from the referees either.
It was the guy who was running up the field. He got it clean and was going up the field, but you can't return it like that as the kicking team. But the Kahok offense will come back out here.
They have the ball right at midfield at the 50-yard line. So Chase Reynolds and company back out there once again. Reynolds and takes a snap. I believe actually that is Jace Wilkinson who's out there now at quarterback. And the handoff goes to Stewart, and Stewart didn't go anywhere.
Oh, once again, that's sniffed out, and he has no running room at all. And as Jace Wilkinson out there now, finishing off some QB duties here.
Wilkinson on the year, 2 of 6 with 20 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. Very limited duty. He stands in shotgun. Stewart over his left side. Here's the snap. The receivers remain the starters, and the handoff is going to go to Stewart. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Guys are changed on the defensive line. Looks like Will Swip's out there as a tight end. You got J.J. Williams out there on the offensive line. You got Ja'Cory York.
Yep.
So some of the receivers haven't changed, but I think it's new offensive line and new quarterback.
Yeah, Rogers Parrott over on the far side. Matt Reynolds in the slot over here on this side, along with Loyal Patterson. And now we have a whistle. And a false start against Collinsville. Clock continues to run. We're under a minute to go here in this third quarter.
Gerardo Segura looks to be in there at center. Jaden Hare's out there on the offensive line. Penalty on the Calyx pushes them back.
And now we're down to 30 seconds. That running clock, man, it'll sneak up on you real quick. Wilkinson takes a high snap, going back to pass, throws it down the middle, and he's got a man open, and he's going to get some positive yardage there on the completed pass to Will Swip. And that will pick up some of that lost yardage, but not a lot.
Fourth down.
Yeah.
Swip coming out of that tight end position, making that catch. I think we'll be done with the third quarter.
Yep, that was the last play of the third quarter as the clock continues to wind down, and that is the end of quarter number 3. So the fourth quarter heading your way next after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Althoff. Not the Collinsville Kahawks night. And those things happen, especially when you're playing a really good team like Althoff. I know they're probably Class 1A, maybe 2A, but
yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
There's something else.
Yeah.
They're going to go in 1A or 2A playoffs, and they're going to
do some damage.
Yeah.
Here is Matt Reynolds with a kick. This one's high and shallow. It's going to take a Collinsville bounce, though, and they'll just let it roll, and they'll touch it down at about the 27, 28-yard line, and that's where Althoff will begin their next possession, and we'll see if they want to bring out their starters or they want to get some backups in their playing as we are into the fourth quarter. And that clock already continuing to run.
You think 1A, 2A football, you think small towns in Illinois, out in farm fields and small communities, but some of these teams are going to end up having to come here to play Althoff, or maybe have Althoff come to them. It's going to be something else.
I do not know who their backup quarterback is. Let me see if I can find down here on this chart. That looks like
6 stays out there.
Mason Thacker, number 14, is listed as a quarterback on the chart. But yeah, right now it looks like Ellington's going to stay out there and Stephen Brown's going to come in as the running back. That might do it for Hill for the rest of the night. They'll save him. Collinsville returns home next week, and there is a little end-around hand. Oh, tripped up at the last moment on a shoestring, probably touchdown saving tackle there by Romel Bollinger, I believe. Yep, that was him.
Yep, just got a hand on him at the last second on, was that Logan Thompson running it for Althoff?
I believe so. Yep, number 13, he's a freshman as well. Listed as a wide receiver, so a pickup of another first down here for Althoff. Althoff, by the way, going to Mater Dei next week. Well, Collinsville returns home to play Marion in their last regular season home game. Another run for Stephen Brown, and he'll get it up across the 45-yard line to the 46. Clock moving quickly. We're down to 10 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. 48-14 in favor of Althoff. Althoff went up 48-7 to trigger that mercy rule running clock. Collinsville will have to lick their wounds, forget all about this one, and try to have themselves some fun 1 week from tonight on the homecoming game. Here's the snap, and another handoff to Brown. Brown darts up the middle, a little off tackle to the right, and gets more positive yardage. Going to be a little short of the first down, and that'll bring up third down and about 2.
Althoff's go to Mater Dei and they go to Granite. They got an interesting one week 9 when they got Caneland coming in here. I believe they're one of the top teams in 6A. I see them ranked, as far as the IHSA is concerned, on their rankings, Caneland and East St. Louis side by side. That's not really the polls of the ranking, but as far as the IHSA, how they list it,
yeah,
Caneland's right there with East St. Louis.
And another handoff, and this one again is Stephen Brown, and he'll get a first down into Kahok territory at the Collinsville 45-yard line. 8:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Althoff still just working the play clock here before they bring in the next play. Different guys out there on defense for the Kahawks.
Yeah. Here is another little pitch to the wide receiver that came into motion, and that is Jackson Blandina.
Logan Odell brings him down. Will Swift right behind him.
Gain of about 4 on the play will bring up a second down and 6.
Christopher Moppins, Cordell Kaufman, and Gregory Ballinger out there on that defensive line.
So Althoff continuing to move the ball.
Well, they're tracking it back now. I missed the flag. Flag on the play pushed Althoff back. I missed the penalty.
Yeah, I didn't even see a flag fly. Sometimes those things are hard to pick off, and their flags, I've noticed a couple of them are not the bright yellow. It's kind of a dull looking yellow. So Ellington remains a quarterback, another receiver on the run, and that's the same guy who got a big chunk of yardage last time, and he's going to get another big chunk of yardage, and he's going to get himself a 55-yard touchdown, and that once again is Logan Thompson.
Man, he's got some speed.
Yes, he does.
Holy cow. It's a freshman?
Yeah.
Freshman lines up as a receiver, but they send him in motion and hit the ball to him, so they got a good freshman, a good sophomore. One guy goes off. We need some help here. Back at midfield. A couple of his guys are helping him. Now here come the coaches. Because Althoff's got to get off this extra point.
That's Jordan. That's one of their starting wide receivers there. I thought they had taken out most of their starters except for Ellington.
I think he's just cramping up.
It could be. Wilkinson, who has been very busy tonight in the kicking department, both kickoffs and extra points. He missed a field goal earlier and an extra point. Leg's getting a workout, though, isn't it? Here's the snap, ball down, kick is partially blocked.
Dale Kaufman blocks it.
Nicely done there by Kaufman.
He got through that line of Althoff, and Kaufman just got through and blocked that one away.
Well, that makes it 54-14. So
biggest negative of the night for Althoff, they've left 5 points off the board.
Yeah.
Field goal and 2 extra points.
Yeah. All right, we have a timeout as Collinsville will get the ball back, and we'll be back to tell you all about it here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Back here at Althoff High School, Todd Duke and Chris Kettler with you. Wilkinson kicks the ball off again, and he kicks everything short on these kickoffs, doesn't he?
They've been kicking them all to the right side there, and it looked like
usually about the 25-30-yard line is where
Priest carry that one.
Collinsville is catching the ball.
Yeah, that was Priest.
Except for the one that Kroom bobbled.
See if they stick with Wilkinson at quarterback, or
I would assume so.
Maybe go farther on down the depth chart. Maybe you could see McCoy if they wanted to give him any snaps.
Kahawks have switched up their wide receivers, though, and here is Drew Balsidis over here on this side. Wilkinson is in there at quarterback. Can't tell you who the wide receivers are on the far side. Can't see their numbers from here. And the snap, and the handoff goes to Stewart. Stewart goes backwards and then goes forward and then gets swarmed upon, and that's a loss of 4 on the play.
In the wrong way. One Althoff guy is slow to get up.
Yeah. That is Demondrius Bush, who is on the ground, but he gets up before they stop the clock for an injury, and now he's going to trot off the field. Looks like he's okay. Referee waved his arm to start the play clock, and about 5 seconds later it started. So Marion Boykin lines up as a wide receiver on this side. Now he goes into motion. Wilkinson in shotgun is going to roll out. He's going to hold on to the ball. That was a run play all the way. He had no intention on throwing that, and he didn't have any more room going north than he did going east. And that's going to be another loss on the play and bring up a 3rd down and about 16.
Yeah, there's no running room at all there. Never even got a chance to turn the corner. Did Wilkinson in 3rd and long now, passing down for the Kahawks. See if one of these backup receivers can't make a play.
Yeah. Give it a shot. 2 wide receivers over here on the near, 1 on the far. Stewart remains the lone running back. And Wilkinson in shotgun takes the snap right up at his face and rolls out to his left and launches the ball downfield and launched it out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Lion goes diving for that one by the end zone, or on the sideline there. Will Swip was pretty wide open across the middle of the field, but they didn't see him. And the Kahawks will punt.
Yep, Matt Reynolds probably has not punted this much in his life. A 20 or a 30. Mateo Albers back to collect this punt.
Oh, 30 is that kicker, Wilkinson.
Yeah, so that's not him because Wilkinson's a lot bigger than that. So it is Mateo Albers, a 5'5", 150-pound senior, and the punt, nice deep punt there by Matt Reynolds. Going to take a Collinsville bounce down to the 25-yard line, and that's where Althoff will begin their next possession. Clock continues to move, though. We're already under 4 minutes to go here in this one. And Collinsville is going to see their record drop to 3-3. Althoff is going to improve to 6-0. Collinsville will try to figure it out next week against Marion. Cahoks need 2 more wins to become playoff eligible.
Yep.
And Marion could be a win for Collinsville, but then you got Cahokia at Cahokia, Triad at Triad. We already know Triad's tough. Cahokia's been beating up on some folks this year as well.
Yeah, they only lost that game down in the East St. Louis Classic to Jackson, Missouri. Triad is undefeated.
Yeah.
The Collins is going to have to find 2 wins in those 3 games to make the playoffs for the 4th straight year.
That they are.
Gotten first-round wins the last 2 years. Went up to Maine West and got out there with that win.
Yeah. First road football win for the Cahawks. There's a different quarterback, and that is a bad snap that is picked up off the ground. I believe that is Jackson Baldina, who's not listed on the roster as a quarterback. He's listed as a wide receiver and a defensive back, but that's definitely him in there at quarterback. 5'9", 170-pound senior.
I think it's just designed for him to just carry the ball.
Mason Thacker is the only other one that had snaps earlier this year. He was 2 for 2 for 1 yard, which is 100%. 2 for 2, 1 yard.
Well, technically. You just got to complete the pass.
So what did he get, 2 passes for a half a yard? Here's a run.
You can still complete the pass and not have it go for any positive yards. As long as it goes forward.
Lucas Jocko ran the ball that time and gets more positive yardage and got his team a first down. But we're down to 1:45 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Collinsville just wants to get out of here healthy.
I think Althoff's just giving the ball to some different guys here.
Yeah.
Under a minute and a half to go, so we're just about out of here. And they might just take a knee here, and we've seen the last positive plays here. Yep, they will.
Yep, they're going to take a knee, and that'll bring up a 2nd down, and Collinsville will not stop the clock, and they'll have to do that at least, 2 more times?
Should just be 1 more.
Yeah, maybe.
Should be able to bring this under 40. Let's see here. It's at a minute now. That's at 25. So
that'd be 35. Yeah.
You definitely bring it. Clock's not going to stop anyway, even if you didn't.
Right.
Snap it.
And it usually takes them a couple of seconds to reset the play clock before they start it again. So yeah, this might be the last play of the game. Did not go the Cahawks' way.
So Althoff's going to be a very, very tough out in those 1A playoffs for some of them teams to deal with, and Cahawks will turn their attention to homecoming next week.
Yeah, they will. Althoff got out to a 14-0 lead before Collinsville got on the board, and after that, it was all Althoff all the time, and they ended up winning this thing here tonight by a final score of 54-14, and that brings us into our post-game show, brought to you tonight by LC's Pub in Caseyville. LC's Pub. Great food, great drinks, great service is served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. 605 North Main Street is where you will find them. And if you would like to give them a call for a carry-out order, you can do that at 618-855-9007. Well, post-game show, that's what we have coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Looking for someone to help get your house in tip-top shape? Look no further than former Kahok Kara Gray with Clean Living Cleaning Services. From bathrooms to kitchens to garages to bedrooms and even commercial spaces, Clean Living is your place to go. Clean Living guarantees expert-level work done by expert-level cleaners. No matter how much grit, how much grime, let Clean Living shine. For more information, check out the Clean Living Cleaning Services on Facebook or call 618-979-9634. A clean space is a happy place. Clean Living Cleaning Services, 618-979-9634. Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all Collinsville area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with former Kahok Logan Carlisle, his dad Tim, along with Caleb Tanzius, play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event or to call to book that event at 618-401-0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618-401-0052. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joe Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022. Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for veterans in need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahok Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville loses this one here tonight by a final score of 54-14. Joining us now is Collinsville's offensive coordinator, Drew Cordes. Well, we knew that this team was loaded offensively, but when everybody talks about the offense all the time, you kind of forget these guys have a pretty good defense too.
Yeah, they got a few D1 players on defense that we focused on. I thought we moved the ball pretty well for a while. Early on, we got stopped a little bit. Had the trick play, got us a little momentum, and then when we got stopped at the goal line, that kind of let the wind out of our sails a little bit. Not getting the onside kick right at halftime really hurt too.
Yeah, sure did. Let's talk about that little flea flicker play. 79-yard pass from
Priest to Rogers Parrott. You guys used that last year at Maine West too, didn't you?
Yeah, if you thought it looked familiar, there's
Yeah.
a reason. Because, that's a play it's really hard to keep high school kids disciplined in a play like that. They see somebody right in front of their face that they can tackle, and next thing you know, they got somebody wide open behind them. And Zach played quarterback for us his freshman and sophomore year, so we know that he's got the arm to do it. That wasn't ever a question. So it was a really nice play. It got us some momentum to get back into the game. Unfortunately, we just couldn't capitalize anymore after that.
Yeah, got another touchdown out of Devin Habermill. I just love when he has the ball in his hands.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
He played his butt off all game, both sides of the ball. Very good leader, very good player. Get the ball in his hands, and he can do some stuff with it. He's just got to get the ball in his hands. Sometimes Devin being more of a defensive lineman, and that's what he kind of grew up doing, was being a lineman. So we've been trying to get his hands, active and ready. And when you see a play like that, he's got to definitely have some confidence, and we'll look to exploit that a little bit more.
Yeah, and for a big dude, he's got some speed, man, because he, tracked down a couple of their guys from behind when he was playing defense and probably saved a touchdown.
Yeah, like I said, we with him, he just played his butt off all game. He's people forget he's a Division I player too, and there's a reason why. To see him chase down a kid who's going to Oregon like that, it just really shows how bought in he is to this program and how much he's meant to us. And the biggest thing right now is taking this last 3 weeks and making sure that he goes out on a high note. Him, Chase, all Jack Shepard, Caden Hearn, all our really great seniors that have been with us for 4 years. We as coaches, players, everybody in this program owes it to those guys to really push hard these last 3 weeks.
Yeah, Michael Tongay, one of those guys too. You got him a few more touches at running back tonight.
Yeah, not having Talon, that kind of puts a damper in our running back room, and we know that Michael is just going to take the ball. He's going to do what he's asked. He's going to do the right thing all the time, and he's going to finish forward. He's going to get yards as best he can. So we don't have to worry about Michael Tongay with the ball. We like having the ball in his hands. He's just another leader that we throw out on the field. Honestly, he'd probably be running a little bit more if he wasn't such an important part of defense. Now it's just kind of out of necessity, and we need him to step up, and we're going to keep making sure he gets the ball.
Yeah, doesn't it seem like to me we've been on the road for 5 straight weeks?
That's what it feels like. I don't really like this schedule.
I don't either.
I know it's going to be a lot different next year when we're going to end with 4 of the last 5 at home, but I don't know. We're at least home next week, and then we'll take care of business next week. We got to get back to work. We got to get back to playing Kahok football, because seeing some things out here today, I love our program. I love the way we are, and there's no place I'd rather be than Collinsville right now, because I see the difference in sidelines. I see our boys together. I see our boys doing the correct thing all the time. I see our boys in sort of a brotherhood. I look down here, not to mention any names, but I see people throwing their helmets, arguing with coaches, taking their shoulder pads off when the game's not over. That stuff doesn't fly with us, and I love the fact that we teach that about our kids.
All right, man. Homecoming next week against Marion. We'll see you there.
All right.
Thank you. That is Drew Cordes, the offensive coordinator for your Collinsville Kahawks, and that is going to do it for us here tonight as Collinsville drops this one in a hard way, and the mercy rule kicked in, not in our favor this time, and the final score once again 54-14. And again, we'll remind you, another short week next week for us, as we won't be back at you on the Kahok Sports Network until Thursday's soccer game at home against Belleville East. And then, as we just mentioned, we'll be back at Kahok Stadium the very next night for the homecoming football game against Marion. I will remind you that Zach Roseman has a couple of games on his schedule coming up on the Kahok Broadcast Club Student Network. First one, the Pink Out soccer game versus Alton on Tuesday night at around 6:30. And then Zach will go over to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium Thursday night for the girls volleyball game against Granite City. So another big thank you to head coach Colton Rhodes joining me on the pregame show. Drew Cordes doing the same thing on the postgame show, and my broadcast partner Chris Kettler joining me on the other microphone. So until next week, everybody have yourselves a fantastic weekend. My name is Todd Duke, and so long for a while.